Hi, we didn't expect Semi to get started as fast as Semi did, but welcome to Dragon Quest 3, everyone. Hi, I'm High Spirits, and I'll be gabbing tonight, this morning, with Shadow Killer, who knows a little bit more about this speedrun than I do.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so we're just watching the limit break.
Let me do this for you real quick, Shadow.
Yeah.
よろしくお願いします。
Alright, sorry guys, 1 second. Real quick, while we're getting set up over here. There we go.
大丈夫ですかね。
Okay.
So unfortunately, we're not talking with Semi, but Semi also doesn't speak any English, so...
Alright, so what's happening real quick right now is at the beginning of Dragon Quest III SFC and the other remakes, there's a personality test that the character takes. So you make your character and then you take a little personality test, and that determines kind of the stat growths of the hero. Usually we go with lazy hero, which is HP growth. So that's what that quiz is for. Grab a strength seed. We're going to talk to Mom, and Mom wants us to go talk to the king because it's our birthday and it's an RPG, and that's what you do on your birthday.
はい、どうも。
Hey, that's what I do every 16th birthday. Get out of bed and go rescue Dad.
Alright.
So let me know, by the way, if me and if me and Shadow is balanced well. But it sounds like Semi wants to do an introduction, so I'm gonna let Semi know that they are welcome to do their introduction. Maybe they prepared something in English for us.
よろしくお願いします。
Maybe we got a moment before the introduction? Probably
Sure.
busy concentrating on the menu right now?
Alright, so in Dragon Quest III, unlike the other Dragon Quest games, you actually create your party. So you can go to the tavern here and talk to this gentleman upstairs, and you can choose from a bunch of different classes, and then in this version you get some stat seeds that you can put towards boosting your character's stats. So we're going to create a merchant for much later in the game, followed by a mage, a thief, which is new to the SFC remake, and a warrior. And as far as those stat seeds, we're going to throw them all into Vitality for everybody but the merchant. Nobody cares about the merchant. But whenever you roll the stat seeds, you have a chance of getting a couple different classes. What you're looking for is most likely Tough Guy, which has the best HP growth. Sometimes you might take Iron Man. I doubt Semi-San is going to do that. Looks like he's rolling over again for Tough Guy. So Tough Guy Mage is a big deal because the Mage is generally the weakest party member, especially early on.
OK。Tough Guy。
There's Tough Guy. Here you go.
OK。
So each of those classes has a certain threshold of vitality. So if he doesn't get enough into the stat, he'll have to re-roll. He took an Iron Man thief, which is fine. We can change the personality of the thief later on. There are some items that do that. And he got a Tough Guy warrior. So very nice. But he didn't like the stats, so he's going to roll it again. That's great. I love it. 19 again. Not happy with 19. I like this guy.
Oh, 19 seems like a pretty solid number.
It's the lowest threshold you can get to get tough guy. So it's fine, but
yeah,
not what he wants.
Well, I guess 22 is better, huh?
Yeah, but that's Iron Man, so he's not going to take that.
Oh. Is this the mage?
No, this is the warrior.
This is the warrior, okay.
Yeah. So he already did the mage, already did the thief. Working on the warrior now. He's being picky, but for a marathon run, I think it's smart to be picky. 20 tough guy? Not good enough? Oh, no, he did take that. Okay. Alright, so we've got our party. The merchant's going to stay and hang out here for a little while. We're going to take the warrior, the thief, and the mage, and we're going to start our adventure. The king, real quick, when we talk to the king, he gives you like a little bit of gold and a couple of items if we're going to pass those items out. It's a club and some armor and a bamboo pole, and that's just so our team can actually hit some enemies. But we're going to leave and make our way north and start our quest.
Oh yeah, the beginning of this run really pushes things really far, very fast. I believe it gets all the way to Magic Key at just a few levels in.
Right, yeah, so Magic Key is something you normally do a little bit later in the game, and we're going to be doing it at like level 3. So it's a big choke point for the speed run. A lot of runs die there very quickly. So when you're grinding this game, there's a whole lot of pyramid grinding, which is just part of it.
My name is
but first we have to...
I am Japanese.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
I usually play Dragon Quest 3 speedrun. Thank you for allowing me to participate in this event. I will do my best to entertain you all. I hope there will be more Dragon players all over the world. Thank you.
Awesome. Sounds like Semi did prepare something in English for everyone. Look at that.
That was amazing.
For somebody who doesn't speak any English, I wonder, you've probably been working on it for the last couple hours.
That's fantastic. I love that. Thank you, Sumi-san. Alright, so we're heading up to the town of Reeve here. And we're just going to do a couple of quick things. We're going to sell a bunch of those items that we have left over. And we're just going to buy some herbs. Herbs are your generic healing items. And we're going to buy some wings of wyvern or chimera wings. Which, in this game, you can actually pick where you go when you use them. I think that's new to this game.
Yeah, 3 was the first game in the series where you actually got open world transportation, you know?
Right. Yeah, and the first one just took you back to the castle, and then 2, it takes you back to the last place you saved.
Yep.
So
3 is a pretty big step up, like technological wise, you know, over 2.
Absolutely, yeah. It's 3 is a huge deal, especially in Japan. It's probably the most popular Dragon Quest game.
Yeah, this game definitely caused some issues. There's all the myths, all the stories of everything that happened when this game came out.
Yeah, people. The statistic I heard once was like 40% of adult males like took off from work to go buy this game.
Yeah,
and there are like pictures of streets just packed for people lining up to get this game. But how true that is, I don't really.
Well, I guess this game is what inspired Enix to never release a game during the weekday.
Yeah, exactly.
The myth is that there's a law against it, but it's really the company's like, okay, we won't release anything during the week for you.
Alright. So, we left Reeve and we came into this little secret area, and we're going to be heading up the Tower of Najimi here. And the reason we're doing that is at the top there's an old gentleman that has a key that we need, Thief's Key. While we're going up, we're going to fight some battles and make sure we can get a couple of levels up, because after this, basically, like HS said, we are just going straight to the pyramid. So
hopefully not
the
get
higher
poisoned going up here too.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some babbles here that can poison you. As long as, not everyone gets poisoned, it's fine. We can grab an antidote pretty quick after this. But Sengi-san is moving pretty quick here. Obviously, this route, he's already done some safety things that you wouldn't normally do in an RTA grind. He took the inn and Reeve, which normally wouldn't happen. So, I mean, this isn't crazy fast, but for a marathon, he's doing very well. So there's one of those items that I was talking about earlier. That's a personality book. He's going to sell that later for some safety gear, I'm guessing. But you can actually use those to change the personality of your characters, other than Hero. Also, some accessories that we'll find later on when you equip them will change the personality. But for the most part, we want to keep them with the personalities that they have, the Iron Man and the Tough Guy, because we just want that HP growth to be as big as possible. So we got the Thief's Key, we came back to Reeve, that's a wisdom seed, and we're going to talk to the old man up here who's like, how'd you get in here? And you show him the key, and then he gives you a magic ball, which is actually a bomb, which he'll see in just a minute.
Yeah, the whole beginning of the story is you're on an island, and you got to get off the island. That's pretty much the story. In order to start your adventure, you got to get off this island.
So one of the cool things about DQ3 is the map. It's kind of a nice little, Easter egg, so to speak. But the map is actually based on the map of the Earth. You kind of start in Australia, and then in the RTA, you go to Egypt, and then up to Portugal area and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's kind of just a nice little nod. All the towns are named after real-life places, kind of loosely, but yeah, it's just a little fun. But it looks like Warrior's level 3 already, that's really good. And Thief. Cool.
Yeah, I was wondering
so he's
if
in really good shape.
An extra level or so for safety, marathon safety.
I mean, it all depends on the fights you get, but normally, at most, I would say Mage level 3. Hero getting to level 3 is a little bit more experience, and he's probably willing to.
Hero levels really slowly.
Yes, yeah, he does. So that's probably where he'll stop. You may be wondering why he just went in that little shrine just now. That's just for an encounter cancel. So the way encounters work is a depletion method. Basically, when you spawn on the world map, the game picks a number, and then as you walk, depending on the tiles you're walking on, that number goes down, and once it reaches 0, you get an encounter. But if you enter, a staircase or a town, that number resets. So that's why he did that. And there we use our bomb.
Yeah, the original NES versions of these games, you didn't get that luxury of depletion method. It was just pure percentage every step. Oops, someone got their alerts on. It was just pure percentage based every step you take. 1 out of 8, 1 out of 12.
And as we know, Dragon Warrior encounter rates are worst.
There's some things special things that can be said about Dragon Warrior encounters.
They're unique. All right. So he's having pretty good run luck so far. The way running works in this game, it's a little different than some of the other games. It's a flat 25%, then 50%, then 75%. Then 100% chance to run. So you can't fail to run more than 3 times. Alright, we got the bunnies. They like to use sleep, which is very dangerous. Hopefully Okay. Ooh, okay.
Bunnies are the big groups of anteaters, because the anteaters, do they focus fire in this version?
Yes, they sure do. So,
Sleep.
Hero is being a guy here. Okay, he fell asleep too. So everybody's asleep. This is really bad. Waking up is, for some reason, harder than it should be. There we go. Okay, he made it. It's fine.
See.
Everything's fine. Nobody died.
It's like running. Waking up is just a myth.
Yeah. Alright, so we made it through the cave. Nobody died, which is great. If somebody did die, it's not a huge deal. We can revive here in Romilly. Was scary, absolutely. So we're going to take the inn here in Romilly, and I'm pretty sure he's going to buy some safety gear, because he did pick up that book. So yeah, he's going to run up here to the church, and there's a couple of items you can find in the drawer. Hard stone, and then another book, and he's just going to run over to the armor shop and sell those, and then I am guessing some armor for the warrior and a shield for the thief.
So the stay at the inn, I think, is just as much recovering as it is setting the day-night cycle, because he wants to get to the next town at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a shop that you can raid in the next town that has a very, very nice item that the mage can utilize when it comes to metal slime grinding.
Oh, no, we don't actually pick that up.
You don't pick up the poison needle in this one?
No, we don't. So the reason we want it to be night is once we get through the pyramid and we get to Isis, we can grab the prayer ring.
Oh, so you're going
from the queen.
So that's what this route does. It's setting up the Isis nighttime.
Right, so we go straight from here to the Asaram, and then we go to the pyramid, and then to Isis. Yep.
Oh, see, that's why you're here, to help me out, because I know the English version.
Right, yeah, it's very different. Very different. So basically, from here on out, till after we get the magic key, Semi-Semi-san is not going to fight anything. He's just going to run from every battle.
Everything is dangerous.
These battles are very dangerous, yeah.
Like 30 damage that attack did, you know? Like when you have 40 health, 30 damage is a lot.
And those monkeys can have a special attack that can crit, which will basically kill any character. So grabbing another item here, it's a poison moth powder just to sell, and he's gonna get some more armor for the thief. Which is going to be the fur hood. I mean, like we said, this is so dangerous, right? You shouldn't be doing this right now. So, any help we can get is absolutely welcome.
And the pyramid's not any better because pyramid has frogs in it, frog doors that can put you to sleep, much like the bunnies did. And the mummies hit very hard.
So, believe it or not every enemy has to attack whenever you run. There's a chance for the enemy to attack or not. I think it's 50%. I could be wrong on that, but all right, 3 people in the pyramid would be great. I've seen it done with 1.
All you have to do is run. That's it.
Yeah, just that easy.
It's not that many encounters anyways because of the encounter resetting anyways. But the fights you do get in are all extremely dangerous.
Okay, good. Yeah, so the encounter rate in the pyramid is actually relatively low. But like HS said, just the encounters you do get are awful.
Yeah, this place is just overall more of a gimmick than it is like, anything else.
Right.
With the puzzles, the trap floors, the basement.
Yeah, luckily we don't go in the basement in this version.
You don't need no golden claw, huh?
No.
Well, this version, if you get the golden claw, you actually have to walk out with it in order to keep it, right?
Right. Yeah, outside does not work.
Yeah, you can't outside, and you can't just death warp out, you know?
This is awful. This is a super early encounter, and he was back attacked. But he got away first try. I mean, it's just that easy, right?
I'm guessing I sound a little quieter than Shadow Killer. If that's the case, then we turn Shadow Killer down because I can't go up any higher. Hopefully this balances us out a little better.
Alright, that was a really good walk. So there are 4 buttons you have to push. First try run. Can this game get any more free?
Yes.
Alright, so pushes the 4 buttons. That's an encounter cancel on the stairs there. And we're going to get the magic key. And to be honest, 21-minute magic key with all the safety stuff he's done is very good. So that's great.
So the actual timer is about 13 seconds further ahead than what y'all see on stream because we didn't know Semi was starting when Semi-san started, so we just kind of like, oh, gotta hit buttons and get things switched over as fast as possible.
Alright. That was a really good pyramid, though. That's great. Anytime you first try the pyramid, it's good. I mean, it's not over, quote unquote, yet. He has to make it to Isis still, which is just straight south.
So you saw a ring of chests that Semi passed up on.
Very good.
That's another one of the gimmicks of the pyramid, where every one of those chests are trapped with shadows, and shadows can mimic any monster's abilities. Up until this point in the game, I believe, for these shadows. I don't know if it's any different in this version.
No, that's right, yeah.
Okay, so you could get some really annoying ones. But there's like all the chests are like little amounts of gold. They're not worth it.
Alright, so we made it to Isis. We go straight into the castle, and since we have the magic key, we can go into the treasury here and steal everything. It's a bunch of stat seeds, a golden tiara. Is that right? Or the ruby ring? Either way. Just some stuff we're going to sell later, and then we're going to talk to the queen here, and she's like, I don't know what to do, but look around my bed. And you find a prayer ring, which we're going to sell. Basically, we're going to sell all of those things.
That's so painful that you say that.
Isn't it? I know. There is a route where you don't sell the prayer ring, but it's not great. Nobody really does it. Alright, so...
I mean, if you need money, you need money early on. So
yeah, right.
Got to make up for not having a golden claw to sell.
Yeah, I'm interested to see... Okay, so he's definitely doing the smart thing here. He's not selling the ruby ring. The ruby ring sells for like 7,000 gold. And we're going to save that till we get to the next town, because there is a chance he can die on the way to the next town. But we're just selling all those items we just stole from the queen, buying some armor for the hero and for the warrior, as well as some chimera wings, some holy water, a few antidote herbs, and then normal herbs. And then we're going to go back into the castle.
Gotta get that meteorite armband in there.
Exactly. The most important accessory in the game. You can get it this early.
Yeah, it's so good. In this version, it doubles your agility, right?
Yep.
Instead of being a flat number.
Yeah, it's so good. And because whenever we made our characters, our thief was an Iron Man, we're going to make a little detour here down the well and grab a book, one of those personality books, and we're actually going to use it on the thief to change her personality, which will just give her better stat growth for the rest of the game. Alright. Because you have to grab the book... Oh, okay.
Just faster to wing out.
Well, normally we have to go back to Aliahan, the first town.
Yeah.
And normally people wing to Aliahan first, but it doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Even before getting the meteorite armband?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, because you still have to use 2 wings, so it doesn't really matter.
Because it's all personal preference.
Yeah. Alright. That's the meteorite armband. And the skeleton pops up. It's like, oh no, did you steal from me? And then you say no, and he says, okay, and then just...
I mean, he wasn't there, so he doesn't know that you stole it for sure. It just kind of appears after the chest opened.
Nice guy, skeleton.
Time for another treasury.
Yep. Yeah, so like we said, we have the magic key way, way earlier than we're supposed to, so grabbing all of these items is just super helpful.
Yeah, because you got to do a bunch of stuff now that you were supposed to do earlier, before you go to the magic key, like going all the way to Camp Kandar and whatnot. That's stuff the game expects you to do before the magic key.
Yeah, you can say yes, and he says, oh, thank you for your honesty, just keep the item, but it's just longer text than saying no, because speedrun, and then go fast. So we picked up a few items there, a staff, some, oh gosh, I can't even remember anymore, silk shirt for the thief, stat seeds, some money, and we're gonna leave and head to the town of Portoga. Alright.
That last step encounter.
Where's the encounter first? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go.
So Portoga is the town that you're supposed to go to find out, or where you get your ship. But, apparently there's no seasoning in Portoga, so the king wants you to get some black pepper before you can give you the ship.
So something you may have seen Sumi-san do just there was, before walking into the plains area, he forced an encounter. And that's because that's where the line is for the harder enemies. So he fought the easier enemies and then has a better chance of making it to town without getting into another encounter. There are some very bad enemies in that area.
Yeah, like the lump mages that use Infernos.
Yeah, they use
AoE abilities.
And just can wipe your party like nothing. So we sold that ruby ring, and we're going to buy some weapons now. We buy a steel sword for the warrior and 2 steel whips for the hero and the thief. Whips are so overpowered in this game. And they attack all the enemies on the screen, and it's fantastic. Or, sorry, groups of enemies, I should say. Gonna buy some more herbs, and then we're gonna go... The way he's been playing, I'm guessing he's gonna go grab... No, alright. There's a strength seed in the little house up top, but he's just gonna go talk to the king, and King's gonna say what HS said. If you can get me some black pepper, I'll give you a boat. Seems like a fair trade.
Seems like a fair trade.
Alright, couple of items over here to grab.
So this run hoards all of the seeds until the very end, right?
Just the HP seeds.
Just the HP seeds? Okay.
Yeah, we can talk. I'll talk about that later. But as far as strength, agility, and wisdom, they almost all get used on the hero. You just try to make the hero as powerful as possible. Alright, so now that we have new gear and weapons and armor and all that good stuff, we're going to fight everything on our way to go fight our first boss, technically.
Yep, the thief leader, bandit leader who stole the crown.
Yes.
I mean...
You would never know that he stole the crown because we never really do anything with it, but...
So kings in this game are very generous. I mean, one king gives you a ship for black pepper. Well, the king of Romilly gives you the crown if you get the crown.
It's kind of fun because you get to run around dressed as the king for a little bit.
You get to run around dressed as the king. Everyone, bows to you and everything. It's great.
Alright, so small detour. We're going to grab a fur hood for the mage, as well as an HP seed for later on. And kind of the rule of thumb here as he's making his way towards Champagne Tower is he's only going to fight encounters if he thinks he can clear them out in 1 or 2 rounds. He's not fighting those wolves because they can use increase. So
yeah, they're damage sponges.
They're just kind of annoying. So he's really picking his battles here. He's really just running from everything at this point. Which is fine, because there's tons of encounters in the tower which are very easy, which he'll take care of. What we want to kind of watch as he is fighting battles is the mage. We want to see if she is a smart mage and learns some spells before the Kandar fight.
Oh, the good old randomness of a little bit of randomness when it comes to spell learning in this game.
Yeah.
So is the formula in this game similar to NES, where is it based on intelligence, or is it like a 50% chance at X level to learn a spell?
It depends on the spell. So some spells are 100%, some spells are 50%, and then some spells are affected by wisdom, but are still just kind of a shot in the dark.
Yeah. Good old
Maru-san. Yeah, Maru-san did a in-depth research into how it all worked, and it was a little bit over my head, to be honest, but it's very interesting. So there's not a whole lot to Champagne Tower. Just gonna make our way up and fight enemies along the way. There's no real items to grab or anything like that. So
there's only like 3 chests in the entire dungeon, anyways. I mean,
yeah,
not a whole lot to here. It's just come here and fight Kandar, which Kandar alone, though, and his henchmen is actually a really good experience grind. Because they're definitely gonna fight Kandar at a lot lower level than the game wants you to. At least
yeah. So the Kandar fight is seemingly simple. Like, it shouldn't be too bad, but it always something happens.
Unlike the Kandar 2 fight, where he can just decide to crit you anytime he feels like it.
The fight where the mage always dies, yeah.
Oh, I know some of those runs. Because there's a version of Kandar in a lot of Dragon Quest games. They just name him something different, like Robin Hood.
Oh, that's right, Robin Hood, yeah.
Yeah, like in Dragon Quest V, it's the same thing. You fight Robin Hood, and the fight's easy unless he decides to crit you.
Alright, so we're already at the end of the tower. This is pretty fast. Interested to see if he gets any levels up here. Okay, that's good. He's a little bit lower level than normal. It's not too bad. It's just about 1 level short.
Yeah, but that 1 level's enough for a mage to miss out on potential.
Yeah, I don't think the mage learned anything, so this could be interesting. I wasn't paying super close attention, but there are 2 spells the mage can have here. Upper, which increases defense, or Ice Bolt, which is an attack spell, which is great to have here. Normally you don't have it, but let's see.
The only thing irritating about this fight is the fact that the henchmen are all in their own groups.
Yeah. So, for this fight, the hero and warrior are going to be your primary damage dealers. The thief is going to be your main healer. She has the meteorite armband on, so she's super fast. So there's a crit attack. I didn't crit at least. And she'll be throwing out herbs, and the mage will be casting magic if she has it, and healing as well, and also just defending a lot.
Yeah,
Kandar is just going straight for the mage.
Yeah, they're all just going, yeah.
It's a classic. I love it.
Go for the squishy one, why not?
Yeah. So the way this is supposed to work is that outside of Kandar, but for the henchmen, they're supposed to attack the people in the front of the party more often than the people in the back. Kandar has a flat rate for everybody, but just to see Kandar attack the mage and then one of the goons attack the mage as well is just kind of unlikely, but also way too common.
At least with him, though, you know when he's potentially going to crit you because he telegraphs it.
Yeah. Kandar also has the ability to defend. He just defended that round, which is great. Oh my god, he's just going for it there. It's just a free damage round. Alright. So this fight, I was going to say, should be over pretty soon. It's going pretty well. Another defend. No, not there it is. Okay. Good fight. That was really good. Can't complain about that. Nobody died.
Yosh.
That's all you really can ask for in this fight.
Get a couple of levels and then start working your way towards getting the ship.
So you'll know this better than me, HS, but in the NES version, you don't have to fight Kandar 1,
Oh no,
right?
you don't. You're not required to come over here.
Yeah.
You go straight to Kandar 2, and everyone's like, "What do you mean you're fighting him again?" But yeah, there's that's one of the story triggers that you don't have to do in the NES version. Is you don't have to come over here at all.
So Kandar's like, "Oh, you got me. Here's the crown," and we just leave. Crown's just gonna stay there.
And there goes the crown.
Alright, so after that, we are going to go back to Asuram, which was over by the desert area, and we're going to go fight Kandar 2.
Does it do Kandar 2 right away in this run, or did it grind?
Yeah, we just go straight there. Yep. We'll fight enemies on the way, but other than that, yeah, just straight to Kandar 2. We'll make a stop in the town and buy a couple of shields. Go fight Kandar again.
Basically chase him through the tunnel.
Good to see our
Give him
good
enough
buddy
time to
Moth.
just change his outfit a little bit, and that's all he gets. Good old Nerud.
Yep. So when we talked to the King of Portoga, he gave us a letter, and we're supposed to give the letter to Ored here. And he's like, "Oh, the king wants me to let you through. All right, let me go bash my head against a wall."
Yeah, that's basically what it looks like he does.
I am.
Good luck, thank you.
But this way also leads to where the Dharma region is. The Dharma region. Where you can class change.
We don't... In NES, you guys walk to Dharma. We don't do that.
Oh yeah, you just sail there.
We take the boat.
Yeah. Because this version has a lot more overworld exploration before the grind.
Mm-hmm.
NES version, it's like, no, we get to the grind as fast as possible, because it depends on what route you take, but if you're killing rock bombs early on, you're actually a higher level than this, but...
So, on the way to Baharata here, there are some scary fights. Those hunter flies are probably the scariest part of them. They can use Fireball on your whole party. Our hero just learned Expel. He's not going to use it here. Just kind of a little surprised.
I know these wolves can be expelled pretty easily, but probably thinks he's low on love experience or something.
A little bit. Not too bad. So Mage is level 8. That's pretty good. It's about where he wants to be. Yeah, okay. I was using Expel. Whenever... For a fight like this, Expel is definitely the play, even if you need experience. Those Hunter Flies are just too scary to let sit there. Those wolves are annoying because they use Surround, which lowers your accuracy, so you just sit there and miss them for hours.
It's amazing how whenever you get your accuracy lowered, you never hit anything, but when you do it to the enemy, they seem like it doesn't bother them at all.
Yeah, this game is beautiful. It looks great. The battle animations are fantastic. The music's good. I obviously have a soft spot for this game, but it's great.
Oh yeah, it's definitely enjoyable. It's fun.
And this is so. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, when they remade them, were based off of Dragon Quest V's engine, and this game is based off Dragon Quest 6 engine, so that's why it looks different and looks better and all that stuff.
Speaking of Dragon Quest 6,
Okay.
you're gonna see a lot of it later in the day.
I love Dragon Quest 6. I know I'm in the minority on that one, but it's a great game, and the speedrun is really, really good. Casually, a lot of people just don't like it. It's just very hard and very different. I really like it.
Most of my experience with 6 is from the DS version and routing that and speedrunning that. And, I mean, the speedrun is basically manipulate the casino, buy as many Yggdrasil leaves and Kerplunk bracers as you can, and pray the rest of the run.
Yep. Alright, so quick plot update. We bought some magic shields. We talked to the old man and... what's his name? Gupta? And Gupta's like, I gotta go save my girlfriend, Kandar kidnapped her. And Grandpa's like, no, don't do it. And then he leaves, and then he asks you guys to go save Gupta. So that's what we're gonna go do.
That's another story trigger that you don't have to do in the NES version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't have to find out that he got kidnapped. They got kidnapped, and he went to rescue her. It's amazing how much story you can miss in the area.
I don't want to talk bad about the Switch remakes, but they didn't do these games as good of justice as they could. I know they just kind of took the mobile games and put them on Switch, which is fine.
Hey,
but...
they turned the hero of one into Mario, okay?
Yeah. So this is supposed to be a little bit of a maze, but when you know where to go, it's easy.
Yeah, this is Kandar 2's hideout, because this is where he runs to after you kick him out of the tower.
So, just gonna grab some stat seeds right here before we go to the fights. So there are 2 fights here. The first one is just 4 of Kandar's goons, and then the second one is Kandar and 2 goons. The goons have gotten an upgrade. They can now cast Heal More.
But they're also grouped now.
Yes, they are grouped, which is nice.
So the whip is even more effective.
Heal More is a pain. So we're going to use, we picked up earlier the Mafuji staff, or Mist staff, which maybe he won't. It's kind of a preference thing. Which casts Stop Spell on the goons. There's Decrease, or what's it called? I can't even remember. What's the zap on everybody? Is it Decrease? I don't even remember. But they lower everybody's defense.
Yeah, they cast defense.
There's actually a defense. Yeah, it's just called defense. And I can't ever remember the English names of anything anymore.
Yeah, defense is literally what it is called.
So in this game, there's a little glitch we can use if you get your stats changed or your defense lowered. You can just go into your item menu and re-equip any piece of equipment, and the game just kind of re-rolls your stats, and it negates the defense effect. So anytime you see them use defense, he's going to go through every character that had their defense lowered and redo their equipment just for that. Did see a heal more there. It's kind of a pain, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. This fight's going pretty well so far. A lot of defenses, though. Alright, yeah, this is a good fight. Pretty quick. Oh.
Couple of spells there.
Just learned everything. Alright.
Yeah.
I was... Because I thought she had only learned upper until then. I guess she just caught up. Learned Fireball, learned Ice Bolt, and learned Outside. So after this fight... excuse me. In this fight, we're going to be playing pretty aggressively, but something we need to keep an eye on is the mage's MP. After the fight, we're going to use that Outside spell that we just learned, and that costs 8 MP, so we need to make sure we hold on to 8 MP in this fight. She has 36, which is pretty high, so that's really good.
It's amazing how much Kandar changes in just a short amount of time.
Gotta change clothes.
I mean, he's even got Christmas lights in his eyes now.
So after these goons, so the goons are the exact same. They use defense and heal more and all that stuff. We're going to take them down first, because after that we're going to start buffing our characters. And we don't want to buff our character's defense just to have it lowered again. So
yeah,
make sure we do that.
Stats, so.
Yeah, and the mage did learn Increase, which is great because it raises everybody's defense. So that more or less makes this fight pretty free. As long as, we don't get crit by anything, it should be alright.
Knock on wood. You gotta watch out for that crit. Crit doesn't care what your defense is.
Exactly, yeah. Crits just ignore defense, so it doesn't matter.
He's also got a lot of health, doesn't he?
Yeah, Warrior is definitely high up there. Hero is too.
Well, I meant Kandar.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. I think it's like... Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that up. I can't remember off the top of my head. Kandar has 700 HP, which is pretty high. So this can be a long fight, but it looks like it should be totally fine.
Yeah, he's doing a lot.
And now that the mage is down to 9 HP or 9 MP, so can't use any more magic. So I'm just gonna defend. Mage doesn't even have a weapon equipped at this time, so Mage will throw an herb out if she needs to. But... There we go. Kandar 2 down.
Enjoy your metal slime worth of experience.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
Yosh.
Speaking of metal slimes, guess what's coming up next?
Oh yeah, we're gonna... Well, do you travel first and then do it?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things to do first, yeah.
Because I know it's kind of split up in half, the grind.
Yeah, this is the Around the World section of the speedrun. And then we're gonna have our first metal slime grind. Everybody loves a good metal slime grind.
Hey, everyone loves a metal slime grind.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the people doing the runs.
Yeah. It's too true. Alright, so we save Gupta and his girlfriend and head back to Bharata, and wouldn't you know it, Gupta's the pepper salesman. He's like, oh, you saved me, have some pepper. And then we're going to take it back to the king and get our boat.
Oh yeah.
So kind of like before. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, gonna get some return points, gonna get some items for money, gonna get the essential item for grinding.
Right.
I do know about the poison moth powder, so.
Yeah, moth powders and what you talked about earlier, the poison needle. We're gonna grab a couple of those later.
Yeah.
On too. So we took the inn here in Portoga, both to get our HP and MP back, but also like before it resets day-night. So we want to get to this next town while it's still day, and if you can take your boat on the exact correct path, no extra movement whatsoever, then you can get to the next town while it's still day. It's not as hard as it sounds.
Does the return spell in this game reset the day-night cycle like it does in NES version?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm guessing the in-stay was probably more for HP MP refill.
Yeah, so I mean,
poor mage had no magic.
If you get to this town and it's night, all you have to do is use a return.
Yeah,
it's not like a huge waste of time, but it's just faster.
It's a minor waste
to do it this way. Yeah, and whenever you're like Semi-san and you're super fast at this game, every second counts. So.
Oh, to get a top time. Oh yeah, you gotta. The top times are like. Really just mind-blowing when you think about it.
That was kind of funny because I do that all the time. There's an item in front of that well, but if you go too far north, you go into the well.
Yeah.
But that was the Thunderstaff.
You mean this semi-charmed kind of life?
Something like that. Third Eye Blind. Is that Third Eye Blind? I can't even remember.
It's all the same bands around the same time.
Yeah, I know, right? The 90s were wild, man.
You just have to make sure you get to Sue before closing time, right?
Oh, okay. Semi-Sonic, there it is. Boy.
Good old Megan Bear.
So, in Sue, we picked up an invisibility herb, which makes us invisible. Imagine that. That's the only way you can get into this town.
Even though the guard just watched you nom down the herb, he's just like,
yeah.
Nope, he's not. I didn't see anything. Yeah, once you get inside, they don't care. You can run around and do whatever you want.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird too. Like,
the guard is the only one who takes his job seriously.
Yeah, nobody else cares.
But yeah, this is a lot of money in here with the items you just.
Yeah, exactly. Those items don't exist in the NES version.
Oh no, they don't.
Yeah,
otherwise, we wouldn't need a golden claw either.
If Countess were here, he would tell us all about it. But so we picked up the party dress and the silk tuxedo, and we're gonna sell those for lots of money. This is the rock puzzle. There it is. Good job.
The one real puzzle in the entire game. Well, I guess the switches count as a puzzle, right?
Yeah.
All of this to get a vase, because this vase helps you get the final key.
It's the thirsty pitcher. Alright, so part 1 done of Around the World. Next we're going to head east to the Pirates' Hideout. And we're going to collect our first orb, which, if we actually talk to people, we would know that we needed to do that. But we don't. It's another encounter cancel right there. The sea has pretty low encounter rate as it is, but, anytime we can avoid any encounters, it's probably for the best. So notice the route he takes here. You may wonder, why doesn't he just sail up close to the town and get off the boat there? Actually, that route he takes, there are no encounters in the bottom half of that area. So it's actually faster and safer just to go that way.
So yeah, he's picking up the first orb, the red orb. There's 6 orbs that you need in the game in order to get to what you believe is the evil behind all of this, which is good old Baramos. And you got to collect these 6 orbs in order to get the means to get to them.
Alright, we've got just a couple more places to head to, and then we're going to head to the Tower of Garuna and do our Metal Slime grind. First, we're going to head up to Isis here, just to get the return point for later, followed by Dharma, which HS talked about earlier.
You mean Japan?
You can...
Zipang?
What did I say? ISIS? Yeah,
ISIS. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, ISIS. Wait a second. Then once you said Dharma, like, oh, you mean Zipang is where you want to go.
It's early. All right. Yeah, Japangu here, which couldn't be Japan, but definitely is Japan. And then to Dharma, where you can change your classes. We are going to do a couple of class changes in this run. Which is kind of fun. We can talk about that a little later, though.
Yeah, I know Jipang by 3 different names. Jipangu, which is this version, which is Japanese. Jipang, which is English Dragon Warrior, and then Zipang, which is Caravan Heart, which is a Japanese monster, Dragon Warrior Monsters game, Dragon Quest Monsters game that never got released in the West.
So that was Dharma. See you, Dharma. Back to Sue.
Poison.
We're gonna buy 2 poison needles for the mage and the thief. We're going to buy a bunch of poison moth powders. What do poison moth powders do, HS?
They poison you.
Yeah, no,
they confuse the enemy. I mean, it's kind of poison, but they confuse an enemy, so they use it on. They try to use it. I know in the grind, depending on the enemy formation, you want to try to get something that can one-shot a metal slime. But sometimes you throw it on a metal slime if there's more than one, just to get it to stick around. Because if there's only one metal slime left, when it's confused, it can run away.
Yeah, the grind in this game is really. It's a lot of fun. In a lot of Dragon Quest games, it's kind of just like. I hope the metal slime stays. Yeah. Hopefully it stays and you throw water on it. Yeah. So in this game, the encounters that the metal slimes come in are very complicated a lot of the times. And so you have to know like which enemies to attack, which enemies to throw powders on. You have to switch weapons with characters, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. But it's also very frustrating sometimes.
And then the poison needles, when equipped, guaranteed to do 1 damage every time they hit. And they have, what is it, a 1 in 8 or 1 in 16?
16.
A 1 in 16 chance to just instantly kill whatever it attacks. And yes, that includes metal slimes.
ちょっと戦士が弱いので多めに経験値を入れます。
So, gonna climb up the tower here to a specific floor. And then, what's the goal of the first grind? How high are we going?
We're going to Thief to level 20.
Come on, metal.
So the first grind is the long grind, the second grind is pretty quick. This is one of my favorite Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest things, is when you get an encounter with 4 enemies and it's 3 bird beaks and 1 bird beak appear.
Oh yeah. There's nothing more annoying than splitting up a group of the same enemies. I just mumbled about that with Kandar's henchmen earlier.
Yeah.
Why is there 4 henchmen? Don't give me 4 like separate enemies, or 3 henchmen, you know? Don't give me 3 separate encounters or 4, whatever.
So even with all of the safety things Simi-san has done, kind of a good goal time to enter this tower is around the 1 hour mark, and he was well below that. So this is a really good pace. I mean, it's not world record or anything. Yeah. Yeah, so depending on the grind, we'll see. The grind is just one of those areas where you can gain a bunch of time or just lose a bunch of time, and there's really not much you can do about it.
So what do the encounters get up to? 7 or 8 metal slimes in this version?
If it's just metal slimes, you can get 8.
You can get 8 in this version? Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's like more common is like 7 and 1 dragon.
Yeah.
The dragon is so annoying.
Luckily, you can expel the dragon.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. All right.
Yes, there is dragon. This is still the early Dragon Quest game, so dragons do exist. It's not until the next game where the dragons start disappearing.
There's our boy.
So yeah, threw the poison moth powder on the slime so it won't run away. Now you just hope that it hits. Well, he can't hit himself, can he?
No, he can't hit himself. But as long as there are 2 enemies on the screen, he won't ever run away.
Oh, there's an example. There's an example of a 1 in 16.
Yeah, fun game. And the poison moth patterns can miss. It obviously didn't there, but they do have. I think it's a 75% chance to hit, 25 to miss.
Yeah, good way to keep that metal slime there instead of letting it run away. And if there's multiple metal slimes, put it on the bird so the bird tries to one-shot everyone.
Right. So we're gonna do a little bit of grinding here. Oh, it's my favorite encounter. I hate this fight. I just never know what to do. I just like freeze. But you're going to notice that he's not going to be healing the warrior probably at all from here on out, especially since he already got a metal slime. The way experience works in this game is the less characters alive, the more experience you get. So once the warrior gets to a certain HP threshold, it's kind of personal preference. I usually aim around like 140. You kill off the warrior, and then everybody else gets more experience. We'll see what he does here.
Good double kill there.
Okay, so he's going to let the warrior live here. But I'm guessing he's going to die next time there's a metal slime on the screen. So back in Sue, probably missed it because Semi-San's menus are really fast. We bought a silver beret from the item shop, and we get a free one here in the tower. So one went to the mage, one goes to the thief. This game has male and female characters, and some items or equipment are male and female dependent, which is kind of cool. I always like that. But that's why the thief and the mage are female.
You mean going for the revealing swimsuits or the magic bikinis?
No, we don't. We don't go for those in this run, unfortunately.
Well, the magic bikini is just you pray for the drop. But that's just like an old fun NES version. Like if you can get a magic bikini to drop, you're in good shape.
Oh my, he's having great luck. He had a Kaishin and a proc in that same fight.
Yeah, another double kill right there.
And the warrior died. That was a great fight. Yeah, just all around really, really good. This is going pretty well so far.
So when the thief gets to 20, where's he going? What's he becoming?
So when the thief gets to 20, we're going to drop down to the floor below this one for the right side, and there's an item called the Book of Satori. Or in the what's it called in the later versions? Zen
Book of Satori. Well, Zen book, I guess, is another thing.
Yeah, I think in like the later ones, it's the Zen book. There might be Zen book in this. I can't remember. And that's going to change our thief into a sage. A sage is both a cleric and a mage, so learns both healing and attack spells. And will be super useful later in the game, but you have to be level 20 to become a sage and have to have that book. That's the point of this first grind. Then the real fun begins.
No, the real fun is doing the other path to become a sage.
Getting a goof off?
So yeah, there's only two ways to become a sage. Either through the Book of Satori or level a goof off to 20. Those are the two paths to becoming a sage in this game.
Never a good idea.
Never.
A little bit of a drought here on the medals. Okay, so I mean, I can just explain it like why I do it. So the heroes because it's one input, A, then up, then left, then A, right? And then when you do the merchant, it's just double that, A, up, left, A. And then whenever you're doing the warrior, you just hold turbo, because warrior is the first class in the list. So you hold turbo, you pick yes, male, warrior, and then go to the stat distribution. So it's just easier just to hold it all the way down. Because we use turbo, and turbo is life.
Gotta save those frames.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for the other characters, it's the same, you know, it's just the same input as
Okay.
Right, yeah, whenever we pick, well actually it does scroll by letter, but when you use turbo it's faster than the other options. Right. Yep. Oh, good fight. Yeah, first strike, 4 medals, so... This is smart. This is a cool play. Throwing 2 Moth Powders on the mods. Oh. If you're mistaking that, I can read any sort of Japanese. I do speedrun this game. I don't speak any or read any Japanese.
I think that's the one thing that kept me away from speedrunning like 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Like how much Japanese I'd have to actually memorize in order to do it. Like,
It's
I can
really...
speedrun 1 because it's like, there's like 5 characters that I have to memorize.
Yeah.
The rest is
It's
just like, oh, it's a short name. I know what that is, you know? Oh,
it's not as bad as you would think.
Rose, so I know it's Roto.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as you would think. It's a little daunting at first, but like half of it becomes, you know, you get the same items in the same place, in the same order, so your menus are always the same, and that's nice. And you kind of just look at it. Did he just get all 4 metal slimes, by the way? I think he did.
I think he did, yeah. The problem, though, is, like, Dragon Quest deals with a lot of random drops, too.
Right.
So it's like, when things start getting out of place, it's like, oh, no, what is this thing?
You kind of have to just deal with those as they show up.
Yeah. Like,
if you get a lottery drop, then just immediately put it into the menu or the bag. Just so it doesn't mess anything up. But it's going pretty well so far. That last fight was great. So we need 3 more levels for the thief. Still a little ways to go, but hopefully we can get some big metal encounters here. Haven't seen any of the really big metal encounters.
No, 4 is the most seen so far.
Or Shidron and the boys. One of my favorite things about the grind itself is whenever you're watching just like the best of the best play this game, just the instantaneous decision making is just so impressive. Like, they just got it down to a science where they see what pops up on the screen and they know exactly what to do.
It's all memorization. It's like, oh, this formation, this is exactly what I gotta do.
Yeah, I love it.
That's the science that comes down to it.
Yeah. put the time in.
They put the time in. Every single little formation that comes up, they know the exact outcome that they have to do. Sometimes, like this one, the slimes don't appreciate you.
Right, yeah.
Don't appreciate the hard work that you put into setting this up.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going too well. It started off strong, got the 4 metal slime, but it seems to be a lot of dead fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty early. Like 110 is for where he is. It's pretty good. If we start, pushing 115, 118, then we're going a little slow. But it's not. It's still definitely not bad. And like those numbers, the 118 is like for someone of his caliber run. Like,
yeah.
I get out of this grind at like 120 all the time.
Yeah, I got the luxury of seeing his target splits to see what he's aiming for. So.
Oh boy,
he's hoping for under 117.30.
Okay, I mean that's totally reasonable.
Time.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't actually know his PB off the top of my head. I don't know if it's on the speedrun.com. Probably not. Don't see it. We'll have to ask him later on. 341. No, that can't be right. 241?
Let's see. Based on his Twitch channel, it's 241.04.
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like 341. What?
Yeah, I was,
Yeah,
I was looking at the Twitch channel. I'm like, I wonder if it's on the Twitch channel. Yep. Has all of his PBs on it. This one is
241 makes a lot. Yeah, 241 makes a lot more sense.
What,
and
you thought I said 341?
No. Mako accidentally typed 341 in chat.
Oh, okay. Mako typed 341.
Yeah.
I was looking at the web, so I was looking at the at his Twitch page, and when he said 341, I'm like, did I say 341?
And just for reference, for anyone who's curious, world record is 236. So 241 is a crazy good time. That's really good. And I think Morizo-san has had the world record for something like 4, almost 5 years. Yeah, this game, I believe also... Oh, here's Shinran and the boys. There we go.
Here you go.
So hopefully these guys stick around and just start
They're all sticking around.
That's great. So we didn't really talk about it, but enemies in this game can have variable health. There's like a max and a min health they can have. It's small range. Metal slimes can have 3 or 4 HP. That one had 4. That's gone.
So yeah, one of the hallmarks, especially of the first 4 Dragon Quest games, is enemies have a max HP, but they can spawn with up to 75% of their health. Mm-hmm. Kind of like you know, the idea is you don't come across a full health enemy every single time. Sometimes one is slightly wounded, you know. So like 75% of the 4 max HP is 3. So sometimes they come with 3, sometimes they come with 4.
It was a really good fight, though.
Nice.
That turned out pretty well.
Looked like 4 kills, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4.
Alright, so level 19 for the Thief. Just need one more level and we'll get out of here. Some of the... So the hero is still alive because we want to get him to level 18 or 19. Because he can learn Stop Spell at that level, which we'll use in the couple of later fights. But some crazy people, top tier runners, will kill him off earlier, like 14 or something like that. Just to get more experience funneled into the thief and the mage.
Oh yeah, it's all about those two. The second grind is 21 for the mage, right?
Yes.
21 plus getting to 50-50.
Can't wait.
The infamous 21, level 21 for the mage.
Right.
Another Needle proc.
Yeah. I think, well, there's another 2 metal slimes right there. So this won't do it, but a couple more metal slimes in another fight should.
Pop is saying 4,600-ish left, so...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or would that
so
be
almost
because of someone's death? What is it?
We'll see here.
Okay, it's going to be 2 more.
13, yeah.
It seems to be 1450 or so per kill, or
Yeah,
1400 per kill.
Something like that. I just usually look at the levels. I'm really bad about counting experience. Again, it's another thing, you know, the best of the best do.
Well, I don't know if they're worth 1350 in this game or 1000. Because they're, depending on the game, they're kind of like usually around that mark.
Nice but cheesy ticket drop.
Unless you're Dragon Warrior 1 and you get a whole whopping 115 experience.
Oh, Dragon Warrior 1. You tried. Alright. So if we can get these 2 metal... Oh, okay, never mind.
It's like 1 kill. Because that one's confused.
So we're still going to be, I think, just a little bit short here. So next fight should do it. Even if it's not metal slimes, he's going to be pretty close. He may actually move. I doubt it, but some runners... Oh, he did get it there. All right, cool.
Just enough.
Just enough. All right, so that's all we're going to need. We're going to get out of here, grab the book. That wasn't the right spell. Okay, that's funny. He used Thief Nose instead of Tiptoe, accidentally.
We just want to know how many chests there were left, okay?
Yeah, yeah. So, one of the main reasons we use the Thief is because they learn an ability called Tiptoe, which, my brain, lowers the encounter rate for the area, so less encounters means go faster. But now we have our blue-haired sage. They get reset to level 1, and whenever you change classes on a character, it kind of pulls from the stats of the old character.
Yeah.
So the thief has naturally high agility, so that means that our sage is going to have higher agility than a sage that came from a warrior or some other class.
Yeah.
And we want our
start
sage
with a
to be
slightly lower MP pool, though, because
right. Yep.
thieves aren't known to having a lot of magic.
So we're gonna do a couple of quick things before we head back to the grind. This is the town of Moore. Gonna go to the inn, grab some underwear maybe from the drawer. See if he grabs that.
Not gonna lie, I didn't know this town existed before, like, random.
That's
Even the randomizer.
There's no.
The only reason I ever found it is because, oh, it's the town I didn't want.
So, is Ortega's Helm in the NES version?
What was that?
Does that exist? Ortega's Helm?
I don't know.
Helmet? So, the town of Moore has a little side quest where you can get Ortega, your father's helmet.
Like I said, I never even knew the town existed until after I learned about that. Because I never found it.
You just have to watch a little cutscene thing. So, we use the thirsty pitcher here, where we got from that rock puzzle back in Edinburgh, and that makes this little island appear. We're going to get the final key and do the hardest menu in the game. It's really not that hard. I just struggle with it because I'm bad.
Pitcher was thirsty. Just sucked up the entire ocean. More poison moth powders, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, passing those out. He's going to pass some items around as well. Change some weapons around, change some accessories, and then head straight back into the tower.
So now it's time to get the mage to very close to 21. I'm guessing,
it's
and
actually
then
really
going to leave the tower and save and pray.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
So 21 is a mythical number because that's the first level that mage can learn by kill, the ability that doubles your attack power. But it's not guaranteed to be learned at 21. So, you know, you don't want to like not learn it and then have to grind all the way to 22.
And you know, if you're going for a really good PB, you'll just, you know, take your chance on it.
Oh yeah, you don't save. You just, you know, you're going for a little record run. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't save scum that. You just pray G. You know, pray to the RNG.
Yep. Okay. And I mean, sometimes getting to 22 isn't terrible.
I mean, if it's a big encounter where you kill like 4 metal slimes, I mean, then you're already a huge chunk of the way there.
Yeah. Especially because Hero's probably going to be dead soon. But yeah, by kill is never guaranteed. There are a few spells like that where you just have a 50% chance to learn it every level. So you could learn it first try, you could learn it 20th try. It's just,
so this game doesn't have a max on when you can learn it. It's just 50% every level.
It just depends on the spell. But for this one, yeah, it's just 50% every.
I believe the NES version, it's like third try you're guaranteed it or something. Like at 23 or so, I think you're guaranteed it.
I've never really, I mean, I've never seen anybody go super high, but I've seen 24 not learn it. All right. So first thing we're going to look for here is Hero to learn Stop Spell. Once Hero learns Stop Spell, oh boy, this is spicy. Because kind of like what HS said, you want to get experience, but you don't want to go too far. With 3 characters alive, I don't think he's going to go over 21. But yeah, you want to get right under that threshold for level 21, so we can go out and save and make sure we learn the spell. Otherwise, it's just a pain. You may be noticing that he's switching weapons from the whip to the bamboo pole or the poison knife or the steel sword. The way attacks work in this game, if it's a single encounter or a single enemy attack, nice proc, versus all of the enemies with the whip, you want to focus on the single enemy with metal slimes. Interesting. I'm having really good luck with the moth powders too. Just a few misses, almost every single one of them was hit, which is great.
You mean they're hitting 75% of the time?
I know, it's unreal. Right.
Dragon Quest has made me really question when it comes in questioning numbers.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is the big meme is like, I'm probably responsible for this one, is Dragon Warrior 1 where agility is just a number.
Oh, yeah. It's the truth. Intelligence in Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah. There are numbers. We don't know what they do. Potentially they work. See, the hero's still alive.
Yeah, he may just keep the hero alive.
Might be marathon safety.
Yeah, definitely. So the scary thing about some of the enemies in this tower, especially the moths, if you have two characters and both your characters get paralyzed, which the moths can do, it's game over. Which has happened to... Oh no, there goes the hero.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah, he did just learn Stop Spell a couple of fights ago, so he may have been waiting for Metal Slimes just so he could set up with the hero and then get rid of them. There you go. Alright, 11. So Sage should end up being around level 14. That's where you learn Heal More, and then, like we said, 21 for Bike Kill. So he probably needs 3 or 4 more slimes, and then he'll leave and save, and then fight some enemies outside to get to level 21.
Nothing like leaving the two squishies alive going through the tower.
Yeah.
But the Sage has Expel now, so...
Yeah, most runners will intentionally or hopefully get an encounter on the first floor or outside the tower with the Sage, because she learns Expel like level 2, so... And there's no dragons on the first floor. Got another medal, nice. Alright, so we're almost done with the grind. A 130 grind is pretty good, kind of average, I guess, for good runners. It's kind of the aim for a lot of, like early runners is around 130, 135, I would say. So still on pace, definitely for sub 3. Sub 3 is kind of the arbitrary time of this game that people aim for.
Yeah. It's a solid run.
Yeah.
Nothing terrible happened.
Do you know what my time in this game is?
What's your time in this game, Shadow Killer?
3 hours and 3 seconds.
You know, sounds to me like you need to do another run today.
I know. I'm de-rusting right now, so time to get the sub 3.
The time for the fight that you don't want in the situation you're in.
Yeah. Not even sub 3. No, unfortunately.
Not even sub 3. What are we doing? What am I doing talking to you? I need a real proof now. See, yeah, I see he's just defending because he doesn't want to kill another one.
Right, yeah, you don't want to go too far here. Man, he just knows. How do you just know? He doesn't even look at the stat screen to check his
Well, he probably knows, memorized all the experience values by now.
Yeah. Like, this guy, man. The good runners are just so good, it's just silly.
Oh, I know, I remember the days of watching Ping Ball and his calculator.
Oh, yeah. Alright. He didn't save. I guess he...
probably under 2,000 experience away, but...
Yeah.
So it's not enough where it's Metal Slime kills too much. And...
Oh boy. Hopefully we get by kill. Easy peasy first try. Oh, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go all in first try. He's got this.
There you go. Go on.
Gotta believe. Gotta believe.
Do I have to be the contrarian then and say like third try? Do I have to be the bad cop?
Only if you want to. Alright. Not enough experience. Alright. Come on. Come on. Don't call for help, man.
The naughty monkeys.
Alright, here we go. First try.
Okay.
It's just that easy. It's just that
It's
easy.
easy. Free game.
Very nice. That's great. 131 by kill is very good. So we're going to change our mage to a warrior. And now we're going to set out on the task, like really set out on the task of collecting the rest of those orbs so we can go fight Baramos. This game isn't even hard. I know, right? It's all luck.
That's what I tell myself every time.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not the problem. It's the game being mean to me.
Sometimes that's just the truth. Alright, our first stop is the town of Lancel.
The solo hero challenge.
Right, except this time it's solo Sage. It's just whoever's in the front of the party.
Plus,
does this
Sage has outside and heal, so
yeah,
if
exactly.
things get hairy, you can heal. Otherwise, you can cast outside.
Yeah, we're not going to be fighting anything in this game.
You know, sometimes the game disagrees with you and says, no, you're going to fight this or die running.
So this is Gaia's Navel. It's kind of just a test for the hero or whoever. There's one item we're going to grab in here and then go get the orb.
The only sad thing I have about this dungeon in this version is this floor right here is just not as mind-numbingly painful.
Well, you move so much faster in this game that it feels a lot smaller too.
But I mean, it's just like the way the brickwork is, the floor brickwork is in the NES version. That floor just hurts your
nauseating.
eyes.
So that was Gaia's armor. Oh, it's a metal slime. Tempting. Yeah, so Gaia's armor we're going to give to our warrior a little bit later once he's alive again. But other than that, we're just going to go grab the blue orb and get out of here. There's these weird little statues on the wall that keep telling you to turn around and you're going to die and this is the wrong way and stuff. It's an interesting fight.
It's a test of courage.
This fight is actually somewhat scary because those cat bats can crit you, but luckily none of them did.
Are those the cats that drain your magic?
No.
Okay.
Those are different.
Because if those are the ones that do that, then suddenly you can't cast outside.
I've definitely had some bad luck in here and used heal more to heal one too many times and had to walk out. I was very early in the learning process, though. I haven't done that since.
Now Tanaki.
Yep, we're going to make a quick stop at this little shrine right here to revive our dead party members, and then, yep. What is it in English? Tanaki?
Tedanaki, I think. T-D-N-A-K-I.
Yeah. Tedanki.
Yeah, it's a weird way. I can never say it properly. But yeah, it's the ghost village.
Yep.
Gotta go in at night time.
Revive our characters. We're going to pass some equipment around real quick. Gaia armor to the warrior, and then get out of there. There's a few safety items in this town. I doubt he's going to pick them up. I think there's like an HP seed somewhere, but it's pretty far out of the way. But
it's just in the swamp.
Oh, he's getting it. Never mind. There he is. In the coffin. Take the HP seed out of the coffin.
Oh, I've read it's the tiny metal that's in the swamp.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't have to collect any tiny metals in this game.
By the way, I only know that because of the randomizer. There is a randomizer for this version of the game, and I've had to look. I've had to look at the pictures of where all the items are to make sure I can get all the item checks in.
So we go up to the jail. We talk to the prisoner, and he says he's been waiting for you. Here's the green orb. And then you go to the inn, and you're like, wait, where did everybody go? And you realize that everybody in the town is actually dead. And they only come out at night. Yep. It's like the black hood in the drawer, and then lamp of darkness. So we talked a little bit about encounter canceling earlier, where if you go into town or you go in a staircase, it resets the encounter. The lamp of darkness does that as well. So we'll be using that both for its normal use, changing night or day to night, but also to cancel encounters. It's very handy.
There's an item like that in Dragon Quest V called the Nightlight, where not only does it do that, but if you do it inside like a town or something, it warps you to the entrance.
It does the same thing in this.
It does? So yeah, it's a fast way to get out of an area, to the beginning of a town or whatever if you need to get there.
When we get to our next boss in Samanosa, we will do exactly that. We'll do some shopping, and then it needs to be nighttime to fight the boss, so we will use the lamp. There you go, he's using the lamp right there. It was almost nighttime, but still technically day. Resets the encounter, and we'll head down south to Samanosa. Alright, good walk.
The king that's terrorizing the people.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's daylight.
Okay, alright. So in Samanosa, there's a king, and he's really mean, and nobody likes him, and he's terrorizing the people, but, some of the townspeople think something's wrong, and one of them mentions that if you come down here to this cave, there's an item which shows a person's true self. It's the Mirror of Ra, so we're going to come down here and grab the mirror.
So this cave is actually really, really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what I mean by that is not necessarily the encounters, but how it's laid out. So this dungeon actually has 23 chests in it. You see? They're right up there, nice and lined up and everything. You just hit them all in a line. The problem is it does it twice in this dungeon. They're all little items. Some of them are meh. but they all lead to a small room filled with chests, and the chests in the small room are all mimics.
I think in this version, 3 out of like the 4 are mimics. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
the other one's like a tiny metal or something.
Yeah. It breadcrumbs you into like false security, and then like bam, everything's just there to kill you.
Yeah.
It's a really mean town. It's a really mean dungeon.
Alright, so we got the mirror. We're going to do some quick shopping, sell a bunch of items to get about 12,000, 13,000 gold. It's kind of a personal preference thing, because if you do... whoa, he just went all in. If you die in this game, there's no, like all Dragon Quest, there's no real penalty for dying as far as like progress, but you do lose half your gold. Which is a problem, because the gold route in this is very tight.
Seems like
but it's also...
Must have got some safety.
Yeah. I think I was just wrong, to be honest. I think it was 21,000 instead of 12,000. I think I just had the reverse. Yeah, so the way this route is set up is very cool in the fact that, like, as long as you can finish like a section, then as long as you buy everything you need to buy in that section, you'll be fine, because you'll pick up items in the next section that you can sell to buy the items you need. So there's no real threat of losing a run to money.
So I know this version of the run has a really interesting strat on the boss troll coming up.
Yes.
Fighting at level 1, of course.
Yes, our mage warrior is level 1. So boss troll is an interesting fight. I'll try to explain it as we go along here. At least watch what he does and try to explain it. So he's defending with the hero and the warrior first round. He's going to use increase with the mage and the mage warrior, because boss troll hits like a truck. Didn't you stop spell? Oh, you got first try stop spell, which is fantastic. That saves a lot of problems, because boss troll does use defense, as I just said. So we're gonna kind of heal and maybe turtle a little bit with the warrior, and that's not.
And the real issue with boss troll.
Yeah, he can crit. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. The fight's not over, but we can't use sap, which is bad, and we can't really heal, which is also bad. The mage warrior does have some herbs probably to throw around. Yeah, just kind of scary. It's just going to be a slow fight. I'm interested to see. Okay, he's casting By-Kill on the warrior and the hero. I don't know if he actually did cast By-Kill on boss troll. So, if you cast By-Kill on boss troll, he can't crit you anymore. It doubles his attack power, but he can't crit you anymore. So it's kind of a little bit of a trade-off. But when you have the Sage and the Mage Warrior to cast Increase, 4, 5, 6 times, you can counteract that. But he doesn't have that. So it looks like he just... Yeah, but it's just gotta watch out for those crits. So, like I said, it's just gonna be a long fight.
I see.
Did he cast it on boss troll?
He's not doing it. So.
Well, it's still a 1 in 8 chance to crit. It's not every time.
Yeah.
So I didn't see if he cast it on boss troll or not. Just missed completely there. The reason I don't think he did cast it on boss troll is because the normal attacks are doing less damage than I would expect.
Okay.
So because normally it's around like 20 damage. So he may just be hoping for good luck here.
Oh.
There you go. All right, he did it. That's great. Good fight. I mean,
it was nice the boss troll to also show immediately why you wanted to kill him.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty fast fight too. To be honest, that was really good.
I don't think he even has that much health though, does he?
No, he does not. No, but he's just scary, especially those first few rounds.
Yeah, he just hits hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good fight. And Sage dying there is not a big deal at all. He doesn't give much experience at all, so it's not a big deal.
And all you get for it is a staff. A stick.
Change staff.
Same.
No, this version uses the staff of change, though, doesn't it?
Yes, it
does. In the Elf Village.
Yep, that's where we're gonna head right now.
So yeah, there is an Elf Village that doesn't like humans. So you have to use the staff of change before you hand it in as a quest item to change out of human, so you can go shopping in this town and talk to the people.
Yeah, there's a little side quest up here with the Dream Ruby.
Yeah.
So something to do with the elf princess was in love with a human boy and broke her heart, and then the elf queen first try change staff, by the way. That's ridiculous. Anyway, the elf queen puts everybody to sleep, and then there's a side quest to bring him back. So this shop
here, right?
So sleep staves and prayer rings are what we're going to be buying here. But the shopkeeper will not sell you things unless you are a slime or a dwarf. So we got dwarf first try. And I think there's like 6 different characters you can turn into. So first try is...
None of them are Yetis, though.
No sweaty Yetis. Alright. So we use the change staff, and like he just said, we're going to go trade it in for another quest item. This is kind of the... what's it called?
Fetch quest.
Exchange. Yeah, the fetch quest part. Yeah, you get this, get this, get this, get this.
Getting the sailor's thigh bone.
Mm-hmm. So there's an old man that lives alone in a house, hidden in this little island. You just gotta find him. And he says, "Is that the change staff? I'll trade you for this bone." And you're like, "Okay."
Sure, I got this piece of junk. I'll take your piece of junk. Everything is good.
Yeah.
But that bone is kind of important.
Right.
Because apparently there's a skeleton out there who really misses his thigh bone. So much that he just comes out of the land of the dead with his must be a captain. And suddenly a ghost ship appears as he's looking for his thigh bone. Maybe it's like, it's like a pirate. They got peg legs. Maybe he doesn't want to be a peg leg anymore. Now I'm just making up my own story.
So we go onto that ghost ship there. There's a strength seed, and we get the key item called the Lovely Memories. Basically, the lore here is that there's a little section of the ocean where there's a ghost that haunts it. No ship can pass, and it's this woman named Olivia who lost her husband at sea, and she's been haunting this area and won't let any ships go by because that's what ghosts do, I guess. But we go on the ship and we get the Lovely Memories, which is the memory of her husband or boyfriend or what have you, and you use the memories on the ghost and everything is happy and they live in eternity forever together.
That's what ghosts do. Haunt waters and search for bones.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So you go to this place and it says nobody can pass, and it actually pushes your boat back. Like every time you go, it'll just push you back. But
to be fair, who really wants to go over there and get the item that's on that island anyways?
Well, I mean, if you want to complete the game.
I mean, yeah, if you gotta complete the game, but like, who really wants to get that sort of guy? Like, you know.
Japanese joke.
Nice, lovely story here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, so this is the island jail. Like HS said, there's really nothing in here. There's a couple of little items, but more importantly, there's the Sword of Gaia, which you can actually equip, I believe, but it's used for something completely different.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that strong anyways.
No, I don't think it is either.
It's to go through one of the most annoying dungeons ever created.
Yeah.
Only to be upstaged by Dragon Quest II's Road to Rome.
Yeah. I mean, the Necrogond in this version is bad, but it's not nearly as bad as... Yeah, it's a lot worse in the NES version, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's going to use this sword to open up a path here to a place called the Necrogond. And the Necrogond is the pathway to get to a shrine that has an orb, and it is filled with really terrible enemies with all kinds of instant death abilities and paralysis and multiple attacks, and it's a fairly good-sized dungeon also.
This is Mount Dorito.
And you also make a volcano erupt just so you can get there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's how Doritos are made.
Wow, you do Necrogond in the run before you even do Orochi?
Oh, yeah.
No wonder it's so horrible.
Alright. So it should turn to day. Yep, there he goes. Use the pot, make it night, cancel encounters. So, well, I'm not going to say anything yet. But...
Yeah, every encounter you can avoid in this area, you want to avoid it.
One encounter. What is it? Okay. Frost gizmos aren't great, but there are much worse encounters in this area. So
it depends which version of their breath attack they use on. This version right there kind of stinks. But they usually come in groups, from what I know. So
right, and they're very susceptible to sleep. So if you can get those sleep stabs going. That's one of my favorite things about Dragon Quest games is that, like, status ailments are very important, especially sleep. And, there are bosses you can put to sleep, and all the enemies you can basically put to sleep. So whenever this game gives you an item that you can use sleep for free as much as you want, it's pretty handy.
But yeah, the experience in this area is also really good. So you want to farm, but you also got to be really careful what you decide you want to fight.
There's also a chance we can run into a Hagure.
Oh yeah,
Metal Babel.
I know it's a pretty low chance, but it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, it happened in the last DQ RTA Marathon. Didn't Maru run into a Babel and kill it here, I believe?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, yeah. But we pick up the lightning sword there, and that's the blade armor. Blade armor is very useful. We'll use it for the rest of the game. Anytime an enemy will physically attack the character wearing the blade armor, they get half the damage back to them. So it's really useful against Metal Babels, because if they attack you, they just kill themselves.
these ones are annoying. They have paralysis breath. They have double attacks. But as you can see, you can expel them pretty
very susceptible to expel.
As long as they don't get a chance to like back attack you and just go all out on you. The shadows is what you really want to be careful of.
Yeah, none of the encounters in here, honestly, are terrible. Most of them are just kind of wastes of time.
I think this version of the game also kind of makes it a little bit easier just because of how fast you go and with encounter canceling.
Yeah, encounter canceling.
A lot of encounters going through here.
Encounter canceling, tiptoe.
Yeah.
You get like 3 or 4 encounters in this dungeon. It's called Expel. I think in the later version it's called.
The English version of it. Enemy spell that removes a party member.
Yeah.
It's Limbo. It's done by the Hades Kandars and the Elder Trolls. That is annoying. You're on your way to the final dungeon in the game. You step inside, take a couple steps, Limbo.
Well, is it Limbo? I thought Bashirura was Limbo. Sends you back to the...
Well, he's asking about what enemy spell it removes a party member.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was just answering heavy armor, sorry.
Gotcha. Mistaken. Yeah. Bashirura is the Japanese name. But yeah, definitely I've had that happen on the way to Zoma's castle. You run into a king troll and he just sends you right back to the start.
Yeah.
Classic.
The other fun one is coming across the Hades Kandar on the way to the merchant town.
Merchant town, I've had that.
He limbos away the merchant.
I absolutely have had that happen.
So anyway, yeah, Necrogon isn't too bad because in this version, because as you saw, you only got a few encounters. In Dragon Warrior 3, it's a nightmare. It's just pray that you make it through.
So we got the silver orb from the priest in his little shrine, and then came back to Japangu here to fight Orochi. So there's a leader of the town, and she's acting strange, and people are missing, and all this stuff. And you find out that she's actually the dragon.
Good old Himiko.
Yeah, Himiko.
Dragon Quest XI did a really good job of parodying this area.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Yeah.
Even named the leader Miko. Yeah, this is Orochi.
The 5-headed, 8-headed dragon.
Should we say this is Orochi? 1.
Orochi 1. Yep. So, Orochi 1, I mean, both Orochi fights are pretty straightforward. The thing you have to watch out for are those breath attacks.
Yeah.
Because they just do a lot of damage. So.
Is she easy?
Cast by kill on
this version?
Easily? No, I think it's 25%.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely worth a shot once or twice. Yeah, so just by kill, hero, warrior, sap. Try to get sap off, didn't work there. Try again. Okay, there we go. And then just make sure you keep your HP up. Also susceptible to surround. Just saved it.
But yeah, so you fight Orochi twice. It's the same fight twice. For some reason, she seems to think that she's gonna take you out on the second fight, even though you already beat her up the first time.
I think the only real difference between the first and the second fight is she doesn't have a weak fire breath in the first fight. It's always the stronger one.
Oh yeah?
I think that's the only difference, and I could be wrong, but... Yeah, in the second fight she has a fire breath attack that does like 6 to 10 damage instead of 30.
If y'all love Dragon Quest XI, guess what's coming up next after this run? Dragon Quest XI True Ending.
Oh my gosh. And who's running that?
Some giant walking taco.
Well, that can only be one person.
It's Taco Tuesday every day here at DQ RTA 2022.
Creative Ellie coming up next.
So Creative Ellie will be running DQ11 True Ending run after this one. So if you love your 11, got good news for you. You get to see Himiko all over again.
Yeah. You're gonna get to see a lot of this all over again, actually.
Ugh.
A lot of the same tropes.
Yeah.
But so you defeat Orochi 1 and you go through the portal and Himiko's there and she's injured and she's like, oh no, don't kill me, we can join forces, and then you say no and then she's gonna put you on a skewer or something like that.
Yeah, she's like,
exactly.
Okay, fine then, I failed the first time, but I'm not gonna fail the second time.
DQ7 Hundo. I don't even know what that would entail, and I don't think I want to.
Yeah, you don't want to know. I made a meme category called 100-ish% one time, and it was still too absurd. And that was basically everything but the monster trick.
I was gonna say, did you do all the monster hearts?
No. That would be 100%, would be adding the monster part. And I would only do that on the 3DS version. I wouldn't even think about that on the PlayStation.
That was a really good Orochi 2 fight. That was really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
Plus the town builder. Trying to do like all of the different towns on the PlayStation version takes so many hours to pull off.
Did.
Alright, so we have one more orb to go, and then we can go get Ramia. And this is, I always loved the merchant town when I was younger. I always thought it was just really cool. So back at the very beginning of the game, we made another party member that's just been sitting in the tavern drinking, but that's our merchant.
Sometimes those are the true heroes.
Yeah.
Not every hero wears a cape.
So we're going to trade in our warrior and grab our merchant, and then we're going to immediately get rid of her, but that's what we need to do.
Yeah, so nearby there's a person who wants to create a town, and the only way they can do that is to have a merchant, so they take your merchant.
Alright. So I'm going to sail to the northwest here and find that old man looking to start a town.
And just hope you don't get limboed away on the way there.
Yeah,
or the merchant dies.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had the merchant die. I've definitely had the limbo.
Oh, yeah. Well, the merchant has 12 health, so. Although I don't know if they have access to a revive in this version at this point. Because I didn't see Semi pick up an Yggdrasil leaf.
No, there's only... You have to have Ramia to get it.
Oh, I thought you could get there through well, on your way.
It's over by... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's by Cape Olivia.
Yeah,
area.
So I was actually going to ask about that. It's like, oh, we're going to make a sidetrack to get the leaf, and I saw it didn't do that, so it just kind of slipped my mind at that point.
So the way this section works is, like, as you progress through the game, you kind of trigger events for this area, but we've done all of the triggers, so you just have to, like, walk in and out of the town a bunch, and it just builds itself instantaneously.
There is one story trigger you got to see, right?
Yeah, before we get the orb, yes.
Because their town is conspiring against the merchant.
Yeah, so the town people think that the merchant is becoming too greedy and powerful, and they're trying to get rid of her, so they're going to throw her in jail. So you come down here to listen to these henchmen talk about their plans. And then you go back in, and they've thrown her in jail, and if you go talk to her, she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Look behind my throne, and you'll find something special." And that's where we find our yellow orb. Alright. So it looks like we're going to go get Ramya first, and then we'll pick up our warrior, and then we're go fight Big Baramos.
Yeah, some people say Baramos is the actual real final boss of this game.
He's definitely
he can be
a choke point for sure. He's very tough.
He definitely can be.
He's a hard fight. Luckily, we have some tactics to make him a little bit safer. But if he doesn't want to take a nap, then we've got problems. So
I mean, at least in this version, you can't just herb Zoma to death. Okay.
Right.
There's a reason why he's the real final boss in the NES version. Because the real one, you just heal to death.
Yeah. So we place our 6 orbs around the altar of Ramya, and it kind of awakens the egg.
You get a cutscene break.
This is the one and only break in the game. It's about a minute long, so if you need to run to the restroom, this is the time to do it.
I don't know.
So this is Ramya.
Burb.
I don't know.
Which will be our mode of transportation for a little bit.
Has some really good music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boo.
All right. So we've got a couple of quick things to do before going to Baramos' castle. We're going to go pick up one of those Yggdrasil leaves that we just talked about, which is a one-time use revive item. You can only have, most of the time you can only have one of them in your inventory.
You can only pick one up if you have none in your inventory.
Right.
But
yes.
if you find like one in a chest, you can have.
Yeah, there's
one
other one.
You
in
can take more
the
than
game.
one.
So we're gonna grab that, and then we're gonna head up north to the Dragon Queen's castle, and she is going to give us an important item from later in.
The Dragon Lord?
Kind of, I guess. I mean
that is
castle,
one of the
right?
gifts she drops on us.
Yeah.
Future Dragon Lord. So yeah, this is where you start to learn the truth. Slowly start to learn the truth about Dragon Quest III, and you learn that this is someone's mom that he's talking to.
So she gives you the Orb of Light, and then dies and gives birth to. Oh. Alright, so we're going to pick up our warrior, and then it is time for Baramos.
His dungeon is also really dangerous, but it's a low encounter rate dungeon.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Are you even going to see any encounters going through it?
I mean,
maybe on the first
maybe.
area?
Yeah, maybe. It's funny to say that, but there's a good chance you don't see any encounters.
Yeah. Like the first walk to the first stairs might be. I don't know if they counter and cancel that long.
Yeah,
walk,
they do.
But yeah, all the rooms are short. Even in the NES version, they're short, It's a low encounter rate dungeon. But Haguris are in it, though.
Yes, there is a chance.
Hi.
There's a chance for
Much
a
better
battle.
chance of finding them over the Necrogon.
Alright.
So they do, okay, so he does counter cancel.
Yeah. This walk right here is generally where the encounters happen if they get. Yep.
It's such a long walk, so it's the only real long walk. Oh!
This is a fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
The shadows on the left have defeat. The mage in the middle has probably not exploded at this
No,
point.
not yet. I think it's banned.
Okay. Wasn't sure if it's probably not until Zoma's Keep that they get exploded.
Yeah, the archmages use it to explode it. That was pretty clean fight.
Not getting your party
It's just-
defeated is always a victory.
Yeah. I don't think they know. I think it's just beat. I don't think they know defeat. Yes.
I know in the NES version they have both, actually.
Oh, do they really? Okay, wow. So we're gonna pick up a couple of items in the castle before fighting Baramos. They're not too far out of the way. We're going to pick up the Demon Hammer, or Demon Axe, the Majin Axe, I can't remember, a Prayer Ring, and the Misery Helm. So the Misery Helm is a really good helmet, but it lowers your luck to 0. And luck in this game kind of affects how often status effects work. But we're going to equip that on the hero just because we need the defense against Baramos. And then the Demon Axe has a chance to crit. What is it? A 1/8 chance to crit, a 1/8 chance to miss, or just a normal attack. And we want to use it for those critical attacks. We'll basically use that the rest of the game in one person or another. Alright, so we're just going to make our way through. There's really not much to say here. The Baramos fight, there's a lot to say.
Yeah, it is a hard fight. There's a lot that goes on, and he does a lot of damage, but you also can predict a lot of what he's going to do to you.
Right. So he starts out with 8 attacks, and it's just a cycle over and over and over again.
Yep.
And we're going to want to stop spell him, and once he's stop spelled, he just has 4 attacks, and it's just over and over and over again.
Yeah, stop spelling.
You know what's
Limbo
coming.
And explode it is very important.
And Chaos is the other one.
Oh yeah, and he has chaos. So yeah.
So right off the bat, we equip the Misery Helm and use Iron Eyes, which we use to set up his attack pattern, so we know where he's going to be. That was a pretty good one. But he's going to use it again because he doesn't like where it landed. That's interesting.
Probably going to go to a phase where it's not Fire Breath exploded back to back.
I don't... But he went in... Oh, okay, I thought he was going in on that one. So 3 Iron Eyes in a row. Stop. Okay. Alright. Man, he is just not having very good luck at all. He's really looking for... Stop right here. Just stop. Okay, now we get to play the game. So we're going to try to put him to sleep and try to stop spell him. Those are the most important things there. He's asleep, that's great. So probably just going to play it safe, uses surround. Okay, good. Uses increased, stop spell works. This is a really good start. He's off to a really good start. So we're going to buff a little bit more, use by kill, try to just keep him asleep as long as possible. He's still asleep, he's probably going to wake up this round. Woke up. See, back to sleep. That's wonderful. This is great
Yeah, it's
so
going
far.
great. Sleep is only like 30% or something.
Yeah. Alright, let's see where we're at. Okay, he's using speed up. Baramos woke up. Okay, didn't fall asleep that time. So he's probably going to focus on sleep. Back to sleep, first try. This is great.
I know,
this
is sleep
really,
is crazy.
really good. Still asleep. So Baramos can take 1 or 2 attacks around. He woke up. But he's already set up, and I don't think he's going to hurt.
Is the only thing you got to worry about right now.
And he's just going to go through it because he's almost dead.
Yeah.
So this is a really solid fight. Hopefully that doesn't kill anybody. He should be dead like next round.
Okay.
Great.
Holy cow, that was a great fight.
I know.
Wow. That was really, really good. It can be that easy. It can be that simple if you get him to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't want to fall asleep, it's a completely different story. Really, really nice fight. That was great. Love to see that. Oh, so we beat the game. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's all you're sent to do. You're supposed to go beat Baramos.
Oh, cool.
You know the thing that blows my mind in this version of the game is you got experience for killing him. The NES version, they just give you back they just heal your party to full and kick you out of the fight. Innards have not been feasted upon today.
Yeah. That's what Baramos says to you before you fight him, that he's going to feast on your innards.
What's up? Dread Fiend is done. Game is over. Look at that hour underestimate.
All right. So, Baramos is dead. We get teleported back to Aliahan to go tell the king what we did. Everything's wonderful. Yay!
You avenged Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Time to celebrate. Get your trumpets out, chat.
はい、おしまい。Oh?
Those are some mighty strong trumpets.
Zoma hates music.
Oh my god.
You can hear Semi's.
Who are you?
I think Semi just did an OMG.
Zoma? Zoma?
So Zoma appears and says, "Come to the dark world. We'll settle this once and for all."
Zoma.
Right.
Zoma, jazz hands himself.
So if you talk to the king, he says that earthquake opened up a hole in this area. There's weird sounds coming from it. Go check it out. So we go over to this cave and find a newly opened crevice, which leads to a part of my childhood which I'll never forget. I was shook to my core.
The twist.
Yeah.
So if you talk to that man right there sitting at the desk, he says that welcome to Alefgard. And the first time you come across him is Tantagel. And you can even see Sharlock, Zoma's keep across the way.
中途半端になっちゃいました。
Look at him getting the safety HP seed.
Zoma hit you so hard that you knocked you right back into Dragon Quest 1.
Yeah.
A simpler time when the castles were connected to the towns.
So I don't have the moon. Wait. So yeah, just so like Dragon Quest 1, we basically have to do the exact same thing that you do in Dragon Quest 1. You have to get the Stones of Sunlight, you have to get the Staff of Rain, you have to make the rainbow drop.
So in this version, it's the Stone of Sunlight. So I'm really curious, between the 190 or 100 years between this and Dragon Quest 1, who dropped the Stone of Sunlight to make it the Stones of Sunlight?
It's like, here's a reference. History of the world.
Yeah, exactly. These 15... oops! These 10 commandments! Yeah, I know that. It's like someone
I knew you would.
Like carrying the Stone of Sunlight. Whoops!
No, it's the Stones of Sunlight.
Stones of Sunlight.
That's funny. I like that. Yeah, I knew you'd get that reference. I don't know about everybody else in chat.
Oh, Mel Brooks? Oh yeah, I can get that one.
Alright. Back to the video game. So we picked up the Stones of Sunlight.
Hey, that's a legit question. Trying to figure out why it went from stone to stones, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just asking the hard-hitting questions.
Alright, so we come into this mountain cave, which is totally optional and makes me think he's not going to do King's Sword Cut. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. See how safe he wants to be. But yeah, so this is just an optional area. There's a prayer ring here. There's some items that we're going to pick up just to sell. There's these terrible shadows.
Hollow ghosts.
Yeah. We don't want to see these. Luckily, he got 3 out of 4 to get expelled. Yeah, but they can cast instant death. And then we've got the vile shadows coming up, which are even worse. And can
obviously came over here to get the death necklace, right?
Wrong area. I don't think there isn't a death necklace in this game, I guess.
No.
Not that but looks like we're
that's
going
where you
to...
would find the death necklace. In the
right, exactly. There's the vile shadows. Hooray!
So he didn't pick up the prayer ring, just the sword and armor.
No, he hasn't broken one yet, so he doesn't really need to grab it. But we're going to go down to Dondora, or Hawksness, which is actually a town in this version. It hasn't been destroyed by the Dragon Lord yet. Dragon Lord don't exist.
This town has some fun stories. Catelyn is another one that has some fun stories. They're kind of set up to like building the golem.
Trying to use Saki there.
You get to see the guy in this town who wants to build a shop, i.e. where you find the armor in the first game.
But the reason we're here is to pick up a hidden item, which is the Orichalcum. Right there.
Someone just having to drop a really rare, expensive stone here.
The horses were playing with it.
It was the horse's chew toy, okay?
Alright, so we've got a little bit of another around the world sort of thing going on. It's a counter cancel right there.
So yeah, gotta make the rainbow drop. So we got the we already got the Stone of Sunlight. And they're gonna head up to what's called the Tower of Coal, and the coal area. Get your fairy flute, but the fairy flute has a much different use in this version.
So when we started the game, we had hero, warrior, thief, mage. We changed the thief to a sage, and the mage to a warrior. So 2 warriors, hero, and a sage. Another cool, lore thing is right up here, we're going to encounter cancel at Garai's house. Which, if you've played Dragon Quest 1, you know you go to Garai's tomb later, which is in the same spot.
Isn't Garenham on the farthest east side of the map?
In which game? This one?
It's what is it in the Dragon Warrior 1 manual? Is it, or I don't remember, strategy guide? I think it mentioned something about Garenham being on the east side or going east.
Oh, really?
Garenham.
That's funny. So another quick encounter cancel at Rubus's tower there. We'll go back in just a minute to do what we need to do. But like he just said, we need that fairy flute first. So we're gonna stop at Myra or Cole and do some shopping first off. Get the strongest sword in the game, as well as some good armor and a good staff.
So yeah, apparently that Orichalcum is the beginnings of Erdrick's sword.
There it is. So you sell this specific merchant the Orichalcum, and then you leave town and come back in, and you can buy the Sword of Kings. So this merchant sells some good stuff too. That's a Sage Staff, which when used in battle, uses Heal More. And we're going to buy the Water Flying Clothes. Hello, TQ2. And another set of Blade Armor for the Mage Warrior. And the Fairy Flute, still in the same spot. Somebody put it back.
Just this time they put trees in the way.
Yeah.
Or, well, they haven't cut down the trees yet, I should say.
By the Sword of Kings. We're going to pass some weapons around real quick. Oh, I think he already did it. Oh, okay, no, he didn't. Lightning Sword, Rochi Sword.
Yeah, Sword of Kings is really strong, and it has an on-use item to also use in Furmost.
Yep.
Which is both a good and a terrible thing, because wind spells are highly RNG. They either do very little damage, or they do the most damage.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're going to head up to Rubus's tower. This is probably our best chance to see a Hagare is in this tower. There's a chance later on, right before Zoma's castle as well. But I feel like this is where it usually happens, if it does happen. There's actually an encounter on the top floor, which is just 7 metal battles, which is great.
So this dungeon introduces you to those tiles there. Those movement tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Where your directions on your D-pad change depending on what the tile is. So basically, up becomes the white side, and down becomes the dark side. So you have to adjust on how you move. Otherwise, the whole point of them is to knock you off and stop you from getting Erdrick's armor.
The light, which
Armor
does
radiance.
exactly what Erdrick's armor does. When you equip it, you get HP back as you walk.
Yeah, you heal every time when you walk.
So yeah, this is another one of those areas where you usually only get 1 or 2 encounters in the whole tower.
Yeah, probably
We're
right.
already
here
at the
because
end.
it's a long walk.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hagu, hagu,
Or not.
Good tower.
no hug.
Use the fairy flute, which awakens the statue of Rubus. She comes down to talk to you. This has been a really clean Ark World so far.
Yeah.
No real issues.
So she gives you the Sacred Amulet, which is basically Erdrick's token.
So we've got the token, we've got the Stones of Sunlight. Gonna go pick up the remaining items and head over to Zoma's castle. Oh. This is fine. There are vile shadows in this area, which you never want to see, but chimeras are easy.
The problem is you're going in the ocean where Kragacles is.
Yes,
tentacular.
yes.
I think they're the worst enemy in the game.
They are absolute. Well, maybe not in the game, but in this area
Normal
for
enemy,
sure.
I would say.
Yeah, there are some fights in Zoma's castle, which I would.
Yeah, I guess like
have.
Balrogs could be really horrible.
Balrogs, Archmages, Granite Titans.
But yeah, Kragacles is an octopus that can appear in groups of 3, and they get triple attacks.
If he encountered the Metal Babel group, would he have a strat to beating them? Well, it depends. He's got a couple of options. If it's just the Metal Babels, then he'll just attack and hopefully crit. He does have the Demon Axe, which has a chance of critting. Later up here, there's a chance where you'll get Babels with other enemies, specifically bears, and you could throw a poison moth powder at the bears to confuse them, and they'll attack the Babels. If he still has some. I'm sure he does have at least one somewhere.
And you know what? My personal opinion, I think that Darth Baird would be delighted to get poison moth powdered.
Classic. That's a great question, Nico. I'm glad we're asking the good questions now. But I don't think there is a crew. So I think it's just you. I think it just magically teleports.
Yeah, it's just you. Now, there is, like, so, I can actually answer that in another game. So, take a game like Dragon Quest VI, especially the DS version. There's a point where you can be inside an area where, like, you get the big version of the ship. And if you warp off the ship, you see your crew, you fly off the ship and appear into the next area, leaving the ship there. So in that case, it's the crew that's doing the movement for you.
Yeah, so as Pop kind of said here, his HP lines aren't great right now. They're not the worst thing in the world, because we're still going to get a few more levels, and that can change everything. But especially Mage Warrior's HP is pretty low. I think it's at like 218, which is a little scary. So all those HP seeds we've been collecting throughout the game, we're going to be using right before the Zoma fight. Basically, the way those work, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but just hopefully you'll get the idea. When you use an HP seed early on, your levels kind of average out your HP. So like you get a little boost for a little while, but at your next level, you're not going to get as much HP as you normally would. Right. So what we want to do is get as high a level as we possibly can, and then use all the HP seeds so we get the max amount of value out of it possible. So once we get to Zoma, we'll see where the HP lines are and see who needs some extra HP. Alright. Let's do good fight. I hate this fight. It's not hard. It's just
A lot of fire breath.
it's a long fight. Yeah, it just takes a very long time. You can use King Sword. You can use Lightning Sword. Use Snowstorm. And they'll usually die, but when they all use Fire Breath, it still takes 5 minutes. So that's Boggy Cross and Foremost from the King Sword. Alright, that was, I mean, pretty good. Oh yeah, 236. Alright, so basically every encounter in here is scary, in one way or another.
Oop, there's our Troll King.
Yeah, didn't fall asleep. Hopefully, didn't use Bashimura.
The annoying one who can limbo your party.
Yeah, so. Sleep, please? Nope, there's Bashimura. Okay, alright, that's fine.
He tried.
It's fine. Totally fine.
So in order to actually enter the deep part of the castle, well, these things in front of us are not statues. But they are statues, but they're not.
Alright. More or less, he's going to be fighting everything in this castle too for the experience, so that's bad. That's real bad, actually. So he's going to have to burn a leaf already, which is problematic.
You do get one more at the end of the dungeon.
Right.
But you definitely want to save them for Zoma.
Yeah. And we don't get high enough level unless you get like 2 Hagure to learn a revive spell. So
even then, you'd
the only way
50% revive, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So oh boy. Yeah, that's not great. Not a good start. Okay, got 1 to sleep. Don't Bigfoot me. Alright. So the Titans here, whenever they use that stomping attack, have a chance to crit.
Speaking of crit,
Yeah.
nice Kaishin.
Alright, last one. Okay, both asleep this time, that's nice. That makes this fight very easy. Good. Alright. Well, lost a leaf, but still should be okay. He's a great player, so he knows what he's doing.
Ooh, the most
Swag.
complex room in the entire game.
No, swag. Half swag. That's
Half swag. There is a very, very complex way to solve that puzzle. It takes many years to master. And it's a very roundabout. I mean, I think Semi cheated a little bit. Kind of skipped out of it. But all you have to do in that room is hold the up button. Yep, if you hold the up button, it will path you all the way from one side to the other. It'll snake you, but it will get you there without having to actually like rack your brain over how to deal with all of those movement tiles.
Alright. So, these guys aren't too bad. As you can see, Expel works really well on them. But they can crit you. Like, just everything.
And double attacks.
Yeah, they do double attacks and sweet breath and all the good stuff.
And now we get to enjoy a nice movie.
So all this time, we were supposed to, finish what our father started because he was killed by Veramos. But turns out he got lost and ended up in the Dark World.
I wasn't gonna read the map. Trust me, I know where I'm going.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, just ask for directions. But so he made his way all the way down here on his way to Zoma. And you finally get reunited with your father. Oh, it's been so long. It's been gone for years.
Ran out of MP. This version's sad because he ends up dying after he runs out of MP. It's like they rub salt into the wounds,
Ortega, no.
Why don't you heal, Dad? Dad!
And then as he lay dying, he's like, tell my son that I love him. I'm like, Dad, I'm right here. Okay, bye.
As he dies, he reaches out with his last breath. Says, please tell my son hello.
So, this is nice that he's getting this encounter, but he's also not getting any experience.
No.
So, he's going to have to rely on the boss gauntlet coming up for experience. His HP is a little concerning. I thought he was going to get a couple more levels than he did in here.
Oh man, I thought you were going to get my Futurama reference.
Oh, I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
Tell my son hello. Neutralian.
Oh, I haven't... Man, I love Futurama, but I haven't watched it in a very long time. Alright. Okay, so we're going to pick up 3 items here. That's another Yggdrasil leaf, another prayer ring, and the all-important Sage's Stone, which is a heal us item. It heals everybody in the party, which is wonderful considering what we're about to walk into. Definitely he can't win in this version. That's completely scripted. It's the same thing every time.
Actually, he can't even win in the NES version. It's been tested every single RNG seed. He can't win. Although he does have a message if he does win in the NES version, Ortega, but it's impossible for him to win outside of our randomizer shenanigans.
Okay, alright, so this is the boss gauntlet. There are 3 fights and then Zoma. We start off with King Hydra here, who didn't attack the Sage twice first round, so it's fun.
Revenge for Dad.
Right. So King Hydra is pretty straightforward. Sap, sleep, attack, by kill the people who are attacking. And yeah, that's about it. It's not a difficult fight. The first round is really the scariest part. Because if the Sage or anybody gets attacked twice, you're looking at a bad time. I mean, I'm looking at this HP lines and I'm still not happy. The Mage Warrior and Warrior are just not where they should be.
But the positive is that last room we were in, we did pick up another leaf and a Sage's Stone, so we do have a heal us spell that you can use for free now. Which is the main form of healing for the rest of this game.
Yep, the warrior in the Zoma fight, that's all he will do, is use the Sage's Stone. Alright, this is...
Bonus Baramos!
The worst fight in the game, in my opinion. The sleeper killer of the realms, I think, as Cleartonic put it once.
Because he can do 3 actions in a round.
Up to 3 attacks, he can use Explode at 3 times, Fire Breath 3 times. Yeah, attack.
1 to 3
so
actions.
You want to just see him do one thing and move on with his life.
There's 2 exploded. And 3.
Wow. Triple Explode at. That's real bad.
Wow.
So depending on what happens here, he's going to turtle, definitely. He's going to defend with the
Stop.
more explodeds, everybody.
Stop.
Happy birthday.
Oh, jeez,
Stop.
that's 5 in a row.
This-
What the heck?
5 in a row.
6 Oh my
in a row.
goodness.
6連は無理ですね。
There's nothing you can do about
I
it.
know.
どうしよう、いく
Yeah, he's just going to kill himself.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Wow.
That's unreal.
こりゃ無理だ。
Look at this! Look at him go!
Oh, he did 1 melee and then 2 more explodeds in a row.
Eight,
Wow.
8 out of 9. 8 out of 9 exploded.
Jeez.
Holy cow.
一枚か。
That's so unfortunate.
Well, there's bonus Baramos for you right there.
Yeah.
これは無理ですね。
Good speedrun. Agreed. Yep, the some D special. That's basically what happened to him.
That was basically making up for how easy he was the first time. Yeah, as Rob says, it's just that was payback for him sleeping through the last encounter.
And there's absolutely nothing you can do if he decides to do that.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
just dead. He did nothing wrong. He didn't make any wrong loser mistakes.
You
He
just
just
can't out-heal
just
that.
died. Yeah.
3 explodeds back followed by 3 explodeds. You just don't have the
これは無理
levels
ですね。
to heal that.
That's rough. Alright, so he doesn't have to pick up a leaf because he didn't use the one he found. The problem is now, if he does have to use that leaf, he's out. So, he's gonna hopefully just not, die.
He also didn't
Just
pick up
that easy.
Remolder as a... Ooh, there's Kragan, please.
Goodness.
But he also didn't pick up Remolder as a return point, so now he has
Right.
to take a long way to get there.
Oh, they all fell asleep, but some of them woke up. And they're back to sleep. Alright, just run. So it's a funny fight. That fight is really dangerous, because those things hit real hard, and they can
Yeah,
hit
like I
multiple
said,
times.
what I think is one of the hardest fights in the game.
Yeah. So instead of just trying to run, you actually put them to sleep, cast increase to increase your defense power, and then try to run. Yeah, Remolder is closer, but luckily Myra isn't too far.
But at least with Remolder, you can walk through Hagure area.
Right.
これ
So maybe. A dream.
Yeah, we still got a chance right here for another Hago.
木の実
Are they in this zone up here?
Yeah, right here. Yep. Until you cross the bridge. I believe.
Okay. I'm not sure where the zone boundaries are in this version.
Yeah, isn't the stop spell chance, is it 30% on Bomus? But yeah, if you do, he just uses more flame attacks, which isn't exactly an upgrade. Yo, Shiner, thanks for the
ポイ
raid.
ントがね
Welcome in, Shiners. Audience, we are making attempt number 2 here into Zoma's Keep with Semi-Semi-San. After bonus Baramos decided to put on a fireworks spectacular.
これだったどうか
Didn't see him. Deciding if he wants to fight or not.
Yeah, I know. It's like those things summon some statues.
Yeah. And you can take him out in the first round.
Yeah, if you can kill them fast, yeah, but they might
summon.
just summon statues.
Yeah, those Granite Titans are brutal. Yeah, if you die anywhere in the boss rush, you have to fight them all over again. This is a horrible fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
Balrogs are terrible. They have defeat also, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you got Limbo.
Luckily, they didn't use magic, even though they went first. They never go first. That's good. Stop spell both of them. They don't have a whole lot of HP. So
No, they died. They have like 100 health with that.
Yeah. Troll over there is being stubborn though. Doesn't want to go to sleep. He should be dead here. Alright. Get a couple more of those here. There you go. 19 HP. That's great. That's good. That 19 HP wouldn't have saved him against Volmus anyway, but yeah, we don't have to fight these Granite Titans again, though. That's more Balrogs. Uh-oh.
Resisted all of it.
Hold your breath.
Yeah, I know.
Hold your breath. Hope for the best.
So that was defeat that the Balrog cast. So you're just hoping that no one dropped dead.
Yeah, Medius, his HP lines are not great, but hopefully good enough.
Archmages.
Yeah, this is a bad fight.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
not.
Maybe this may be the worst fight in the game.
This is pretty bad.
In my opinion. This might be it right here. So he had to take out the Archmages first, because if he takes out the Granite Titan, the Archmages will just revive the
Yeah, they have revived, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
There's
a really funny fight, I think on the first floor, which is a Balrog, a Hagure, and 2 Archmages. And you want to, like, your brain wants to go for the Hagure, but it's
we call that the dream in Dragon Quest VIII, when you're killing King Metal, when you're doing the King Metal Slime route.
Oh right, yeah, because they just revive.
Because the Beelzebubs and the King Metal
Slime,
they
whatever.
Just resurrect the King Metal Slime. We call that the dream in the older route. Yeah, only 1 expel.
Yeah.
That blade armor coming in handy.
Ortega's already dead, so...
Yeah, I don't get to see Dad again.
So we're just heading straight back to the altar. So Zoma can make his entrance once again. It's all about presentation.
Salamanders can be rough too because they have, yeah, that breath attack.
They can be put to sleep. They didn't want to fall asleep.
Nope. They give a lot of experience, but
yeah, it's a good fight.
But it's painful if they get, especially if a second round like this.
Alright, big HP. 11, that's not bad. 12 for the hero, that's good. 9 for the sage. So hero and sage are probably about average HP. I think mage warrior's still a little low. And warrior probably as well. Yeah. Zap for Zoma.
Zap Zoma,
I haven't
baby.
seen that. Haven't seen that in a while.
Isn't that the only elemental that he's weak to?
I think so.
Is Zap.
Bench.
Alright. So, back to King Hydra.
Back to avenge Dad. Again. These dang Orochi, they just keep coming back for a second time. bitey here, are we?
Yeah. It's okay, though. Speed up. Hopefully the warrior gets at least one more level, and then he can just probably use all his HP seeds on the mage warrior. Or split them between the two. You really would like a little bit over 300 HP for those first two.
Yeah.
Alright, here's warrior. 7.
Okay.
Not
Bonus Baramos again. It can't get any worse than it did the first time, right? Knock on wood.
Oh.
大丈夫でしょうか
It's
Already better. Unless it's a tree. Oh, jeez. I spoke too soon. I'm sorry. I'll bite my mouth. I'll bite my tongue.
Not just one attack. Just one attack. Oh.
Another triple. Wow.
Really, dude.
Oh.
Just stop. Just stop. You don't have to do it.
Well, at least 2 of them were melees. I guess that's
that's
better.
Something. Luckily, I say with reserve, he doesn't have a whole lot of HP.
No.
But if he does this every time, stop! Just
Again?
stop! Just
What?
stop! Just stop, dude!
Wow!
You gonna play it or not?
He's gonna go for it.
強
Look
い
at this. He hasn't done a single attack yet in both fights.
Oh, okay, that one was only 2.
That was
Great.
only a double. I mean, that's...
This is outrageous. It's stupid. It's
I
just
know.
stupid. What?
Okay. Wow. Well, there goes the last leaf, so...
That was Mage Warrior in front, so...
Wow.
Unreal. Unreal. Okay, normally that fight lasts like 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, it's just he
and
doesn't
it's just
triple
over.
attack every round. He
Not
never
6
did
or
a single
7.
attack. Not a single time. Well, now we
Alright,
get
this fight,
Baramos Bonos or Gonos.
Zombie Baramos.
Zombie Baramos. Basically, you've beaten him so many times, the only thing that's left is his bones. And literally, the only thing he can do is throw his bones at you.
So this fight isn't terrible. You just turtle for the first few rounds, cast Increase a bunch, and then just hit him until he dies. He has 0 agility, literally 0, so he always goes last.
He just hits really hard.
Yeah, he just hits really hard. So if you can make it through the first 3 or 4 rounds without anybody getting bopped. Did he really outspeed the warrior? I missed that. That's hilarious. Yeah. What a game, man. What a game.
What a marathon. Look.
This is special. MB4 warrior outspeed Zoma in Zoma fight.
I mean,
Just to really rub it in.
I'm not gonna say it. I mean, I could have said something about Zone. I just can't say it.
Alright, so this fight is over, yeah. It's not hard. As long as you can, like I said, as long as you can make it through the first few rounds.
Just hits hard and takes a while to beat down.
Alright, 287, 297. And then
298.
202, 194. Or 298? Okay.
He's going back to fight.
Yeah, he's gonna go grind. Oh, this is so bad.
He's got no leaves for Zoma. Bad
Yeah.
HP lines.
This is not the fight you wanted
And
to
you
see.
get Putragons, which are terrible because they're just high health and don't do anything.
At least he attacked. Jeez. This is a run, Saban, yes. For sure.
So yeah, that guy on the left, the Future guy on there, is just... He's not hard, but he just seems like he has like 5,000 health.
Yeah, normally you would just expel them. And
you just beat on him and beat on him and he just never dies.
Let's see what we get. 10. 12. Alright. Better than nothing, I guess. Yeah. So he's splitting up those HP seeds all over the place. He's got a bunch of them. That's great. Giving a lot to the Sage. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest.
Probably wants to keep the Sage alive, because Sage is the one who's going to have the staff, right?
That's right. He doesn't have the chance to revive, so
yeah, he needs to keep all the healing that he can going.
Alright.
Yeah, HP growth was really bad.
Yeah, not great, for sure. Alright. So,
time for Jazz Hands himself.
Turn up the music. Didn't go first. If you outspeed Zoma with the Orb of Light, he doesn't attack the first round, which is always great, but you never assume that's going to happen.
So that ice attack is what you really want to see, right? Because that does the least amount of damage.
Yeah, double physical can basically kill anybody. Flame breath.
Or just double wave of ice.
Yeah. Alright, so the basic strategy for this, and I say basic very loosely, is Mage Warrior is going to buy kill Hero. Warrior is going to be using the Sage's Stone every round. Hero attacks, and Sage is going to be doing a bunch of different stuff. She'll use Increase, she'll use the Sage's Staff. She might know buy kill, she can throw buy kill out if she really needs to. But it's very important to keep the Warrior alive because he's doing the majority of the healing. Sage is sapped there on Zoma, which is good.
Plus the Warrior doesn't have all the elemental resist.
Right. Yes.
So that's why the over 300 health is preferred, because everything is doing a lot more damage.
And you really don't ever want to see the Warrior outspeed Zoma. You want the Warrior to go last, basically, every round.
So what is it, like 4,500 health?
I don't know. I just get nervous and keep attacking until he dies or I die. That's my strategy. I can look it up here real quick. It's 3,000. No, that's okay. Zombie. That's zombie. Zoma. I don't even know. Where is it?
4,700, I'm saying?
Yeah. 47.
Okay. But he doesn't regen in this version. Unlike
no, he does not. Yeah, so you can actually fight Zoma without using the Orb of Light. He's a lot harder, and he does regen HP. Yeah, we wouldn't ever do that for speed. Okay, let's see what's going on here. That's better. Increase of the Sage. Okay. We have to heal. Okay, good. Don't attack the Warrior. Good. Good defend. Really good defend. Good round there. That'll get him back to where he wants to be. So leave the Warrior alone, dude. Leave him alone. Good. So he's getting hit really hard, but not a whole lot of waves, which is also good. But doesn't have to redo buy kill, doesn't have to redo sap. Double breath is not good. But yeah, he's doing some pretty good damage. He doesn't have buy kill on the warrior or on the hero right now. He's just been defending a lot, which is totally fine. It's just a little slower. Okay, that's fine. Anytime the sage gets hit, it's a little worries. She's very squishy. There's one. Oh, he did. Is he really just not doing that much damage? It's crazy. Anyway. Alright, I kill 198. Yeah, that seems kind of low. Maybe sap's not up. It's waves again. Good. More waves. Waves are fine. Okay. So I kill after waves, so that's going to cast increase. Okay, that's alright. Probably defend the next round. Oh no. Good. Yeah, blade armor is doing a ton of damage in this fight.
Oh yeah,
he's been attacking the first, the front two
Okay.
constantly, so that's great. Alright. Good. Missed. Good job.
Good dodge.
Yeah, there's sap.
Yeah.
Of course, sap into waves. Good classic. The double waves.
He's like, he just wanted to make sure you saw that. Don't you dare do that.
Michael? Nice.
Okay.
Oh, GG.
Yeah, good fight.
Heck
That was a
yeah.
good fight.
It was a really good fight.
Yeah.
ありがとうございました。
I don't think he was really in danger at all of that fight.
There were a couple of little iffy moments, but I mean, he knows how to play it so well that it wasn't ever super dangerous. Yeah, very nice. All right.
お疲れ様でした。
So Zoma's down. Got to escape the castle before it explodes. Yeah, it was a pretty good Zoma fight. It wasn't super fast. It was safe. But that's, I mean, if I didn't have any leaves either, I'd do the exact same thing. You can't play aggressive if you can't make mistakes.
After what happened leading up to that, probably a little apprehensive.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. Good run. Just all around good run. Outside of bonus,
I know.
really not much to complain about.
I mean, the Baramos fight, the first Baramos fight was great. Oh, the voice you hear going through, that's Semi.
Yeah, he's talking in his stream on Japanese. In
He's
Japanese.
talking to his own stream. And...
If you're into this run, make sure you follow Semi-san.
Oh yeah, we got the commands here.
There you go.
And follow Shadow Killer, because I heard he's derusting this game again. Going
Yeah,
for that 3
yeah.
second time save.
Gotta save 4 seconds, man. 2:59.59. Look out.
ちょっと待ってください。
All right, so we go back to Ratatome, Alefgard, Tenteagle, and we're gonna talk to the king. And just like all the Japanese RTAs, timer doesn't start until the end, past the credits. I don't know if Semi-san wants to talk or if he has anything planned, or if he's gonna sing, which is tradition. But Once you talk to the king, you can put the controller down and the game just plays itself at the end.
More trumpets.
This time they don't die. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, that's was like 7 or so minutes until GG, I think.
Yeah, from Zoma kill to the end is about 7 minutes. So.
Still underestimate.
It was. I mean, it's a good run. It's a good marathon run. They picked up a lot of safety gear.
Oh yeah.
They did a lot of slow stuff at the beginning, but yeah, outside of Bolas, it was great. Yeah,
so are we gonna get any words here?
Singing? I don't know.
I think they're gonna do any singing. We'll have to listen in and see. But yeah, it's a great run. Just one fight twice.
Yeah, that's all it takes sometimes. I think what did they say the PB was? 241.
241.
Nuts.
Yeah. Man. 241.04.
I need to look, but that's got to be like top 5, right? Top 10 easy. I'll need Okay, well, yeah, pretty close to top 10. Top 12. I need Tonic to confirm this if he's still around, but
if
DQ3 is...
I think it's the spoken word version.
I think DQ3 has like the most times on the Nico leaderboard of any speaking. There's something like 200 plus times on the board.
I think it's singing
about it. Oh, I'll stop then.
以下省略。わかりません。歌詞がわかりません。
I don't know if it's singing or not.
目指して。
They're saying thank you.
歌詞を忘れました。素で忘れました。申し訳ないです。
Giving Semi a chance to talk. So Semi doesn't speak English, so that's why.
Sorry. 歌詞忘れました。
Forgot the lyrics. Oh, that's okay.
Whoops.
She said sorry. That's okay. All right.
ありがとうございました。片言スタイルでお送りしました。ありがとうございます。
It's a great theme just to listen to anyway. Super Famicom. Japanese Super Nintendo.
バラモスのブロスが強かったです。
So I'm gonna split a little bit late here because I started a little late.
Yeah. Her time is 3:14:37.
はい。
Yep,
タイマーストップ。
3:14:37.
ありがとうございました。
I'll stop my timer at 37. But yeah, GG to Semi-san.
お疲れ様でした。
Yeah, great run. A lot of fun.
Wow, I stopped it right on this decimal point. Correct decimal point.
That's exactly correct.
I know, look at that. I nailed that. Perfect.
Well done.
Frame perfect splitting, y'all.
All right, what's up next, HS?
Well, up next is Creative Ellie running some Dragon Quest 11 True Ending percent. And we're actually we're still a bit ahead of schedule. That's not actually supposed to happen for another 40 minutes. So might have to wait till might have to play some music for a little bit here while Ellie gets out of bed since it's 6 a.m. for him right now.
ありがとうございました。Thank you.
Oh,
there's a thank you. I heard from Semi. But yeah, so oh, Ellie is awake. Look at that. Okay. But yeah, that was a great run, Shadow. I appreciate you waking up early to help me out with this since I'm not the best at the speed run of this game.
No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And it definitely was a fun run. And yeah, up next will be Creative Ellie with Dragon Quest XI True Ending. I'm just going to throw some music on here for a little bit. Wait till Ellie is set up and ready to take over. And we'll pass it along to him. So we'll see y'all shortly.